Welcome, welcome, welcome. We are back at the Pine Knot Lodge. This is Journey Unknown Podcast, brought to you by Wreck Attack Outdoors. Scott speaking.
What's up, Scott?
What's up?
Hi, Scott.
I'm trying to pass that along.
No, I feel like I'm super blessed to be here tonight. Got some good buddies and get to meet Brad tonight and hear from him, talk about some trapping.
Yeah, man. So we got Brad
ready.
Watkins, right?
Watkins,
I said it
yeah.
wrong earlier. And then you'll recognize.
Mad Ice again.
Yep, he was on the last
Don't act
Trapping
like
podcast.
that's like a small thing.
Some of them might be excited that
I
you're on.
had invited some other guys who were a little bit more knowledgeable to come and speak instead of me, but things happened, so I came with Brad.
Dude, we can pick them up another time, man.
Yes, sir.
I'm glad you guys are here for real.
Yep.
You know,
Appreciate you having me.
yeah, dude, we've been talking for a while already, as usual. This is how it always works. You know,
Yes,
you meet
sir.
somebody new, like, hey, cool, and then you're like best friends in 10 minutes, and you know. So I had to kind of hit record because conversation's
You're
going.
like, whoa, you guys have the same struggles I do.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
All right.
That's
It's
why
like a therapy session almost.
It is a
is.
therapy session. My wife's all the time if I'm gone. She's like, how come it took you 3 hours to do a 10-minute job? I'm like, well, ran into somebody, whether I knew him or didn't know
That's
him.
my wife's
Right.
dislike when we go in public.
Yeah.
A lot of people, she's like, you know everybody.
You're a politician,
So
brother.
I
Yeah.
am. I've
You
warned
are
my kids.
you're an
I've warned my
absolute
kids, you
politician.
can't go nowhere and do nothing that Dad won't know about it. So
Yeah. My dad always said the same thing, and I know how it is because I'm
That's
the
why.
same
That's
way.
why director is such a great job for you. 'cause
Yeah.
you're such a politician.
So, yeah,
ahead.
what is it you do with the trapping then again?
okay, so I don't know if you guys touched on this last time. So Missouri is subdivided into 9 districts, and each of those districts has a director. So District 4 is our southeast region. And,
Okay.
And I'm the director of District 4 for
Gotcha.
the state of Missouri Trapper Association.
Gotcha. What district was Al?
9.
Was it 9? Okay. And
Yeah.
what parts that cover then?
He's
So
over in Elsinore
Okay.
area.
Well, that's a weird place.
So,
Elsinore? Yeah, weird people come from there.
but from Elsinore all the way out past like into Eminence.
And then plumb up to
Gotcha.
Salem, like his district goes plumb up to Salem, Missouri.
It's kind of
There you
weird.
go.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big.
And he's having a meeting Saturday at Peck Ranch.
Yep.
And
Their
they're having a
district
fish
9
fry. Anybody around that area?
Oh,
that
that's the
wants
one
to,
he had talked about last
Yeah,
time.
anybody that wants to run up there, I'll be up there Saturday. I don't know if you're going.
I
or
know
not.
Spencer's going,
Spencer's
but
coming.
I won't be able to make it.
And I think
I'm
Butch
not
is
gonna
going to
make my
ride
kids.
with him. But
Okay.
he's really rebuilding District 9.
Gotcha.
Kind of like Brad and Spencer have been doing with District 4.
Yeah.
So,
I'll put that up because this won't air till next Tuesday.
Right,
but
I know,
I can
buddy.
post that up that's going on because they did mention it the last podcast, but that's been
Yeah.
So-
2 months ago.
right. So
Probably.
his is this Saturday, and me and Brad's is
Next
Saturday at Wapella.
Okay.
And if you guys come up there, I'll feed you fish.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Matt fries good fish.
Yeah. Is that the April 4th thing you're talking
Yes,
about?
sir.
Okay, cool.
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
I know. Supposed to have a birthday party to go to at 5, but I might
you'll-
rather shoot
we'll
some
have you-
bows and eat some fish.
We'll have you fattened up by
That'll
then.
work, dude.
All right.
Yep.
Yeah,
Matt fries good fish.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
Yeah, I've been at a couple deer camps with him. He's cooked some good food.
So how do you trap fish?
I do
Very
it
slowly. Very
one
slowly.
hook at a time, actually. It's really slow, but it works.
These are all Asian carp.
I have trapped several grinnell, more than you would think.
That's what I was going to say. Have you ever caught a buffalo or something in a conibear?
Really?
Grinnell, yeah. Lots
So
of
I
grinnell.
catch alligator snapping turtles a lot and I've caught a couple of largemouth.
You know, I wouldn't even think about turtles getting in there.
You know, you just let them go and they swim away.
Oh, dang.
I've seen him one with his head in a 330 like this in underwater, and we pulled him out on the bank, and me and Garrett took the trap off on me, and he crawled back in the water and swam away. So
Their
tougher.
neck's pretty pliable. Huh?
They're tougher than me and you will ever be.
I guarantee it.
Depends on if you're running Dukes or Belials.
Yeah,
You
well,
leave them a little room in the Dukes.
I like to let the little beavers get away.
Yeah,
so I just
there you go.
run- I
There
just
you
run Dukes.
You're only targeting
That's business for
Alpha
next
beavers.
year.
He's just chasing the big ones.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought you were too old for chasing beaver.
I don't have to chase it. I've been married for 20 years, so I'm good to go.
Sometimes you got to trap them still, but
Yeah,
It's still
I'm not
working.
going to get into that.
yeah. Cool. So what's left in trapping right now? Is it still open?
It is. Beavers till March 31st.
Okay, so
Yep,
it's
that's the only thing that's open. So
6 days?
6 days left of season.
gotcha.
So you want to bring in the new nomination that Spencer put out last week for the extended season this year?
Yeah. Okay. So we had our MTA spring meeting this past Saturday in Macon, Missouri, and brought up one of our guys, Spencer Spears, had brought up extending the otter and muskrat season to correspond with beaver season because
Yeah.
it goes out in February And when you're water trapping, you're going to catch otters when you're beaver trapping.
Yeah.
They coexist.
Yeah,
They
right.
live together. Otters use the same dens. If a beaver's abandoned it,
Okay.
they're in those same places. So we took a vote as an organization, those that were at the meeting, to extend otter season to coincide with beaver season. So there's always the ones that are reluctant. Well, the otters are pregnant this time of the year. Well, you know what? Beavers are pregnant come December. So, and in our area, Matt's area, state of Missouri wide, I really feel, I don't know about northern Missouri, north I-70, but otters are very plentiful. They're,
Right.
they're not
It's the only time I've ever seen them.
yeah. I mean, they're not nowhere near. You'll see them. You'll see evidence. People fish at ponds and lakes and rivers and streams. You don't realize the pile of scat there that's full of scales is from otter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I learned that the last podcast.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, so we're trying to get the guys that's adamant that trap plumb through the spring beaver season to get that extended where you don't have to take that otter and you call your local agent and you say, hey, I've caught an otter. It was in a conibear killing type trap and it is dead.
Yeah.
And he said, well, throw it out on the ditch bank. Well, then you're running that same line for a week and you're watching that otter that you harvested sit there and rot down for a week and
Yeah.
then nothing eats it.
Yeah.
And then Mother Nature takes its course and it's bloated and everything else.
Yeah.
Fur market, you've not lost a lot right now, but it's the fact of the matter.
Yeah.
It's a waste.
Yeah, it
It's
seems
a-
like
it's a waste.
Seems like a principle that should be put in
that-
place.
You're skewing the numbers because you can't take that. A lot of guys are just going to catch that otter and they're going to be like, oh crap.
Yeah.
And they're going to, it's just, what I mean?
Make
It's
'em.
just what's going to happen.
Yeah.
If you're going to kill beavers until the end of March, you're going to kill muskrats, you're going to kill otters, you're probably going to kill some coons
Yeah.
before the end of
If
the
you're
season.
running some
And there's-
grounder type sets, you're going to kill some coons.
And even if you're the best at it, like, Spencer and Butch probably too also, they can not catch the otters sometimes.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, they're going to catch one too.
You can
I'm going to
manip-
catch them all. It's going to be the problem.
You can manipulate your
Right.
triggers and offset them, and people will leave one up and T-shape one out
And you'll
to
go
let
around it.
them go through
Yeah.
or pass through because they're like bullets in the water anyway.
I gotcha.
So
Yeah.
there's some things that you can do to alleviate it, but it's going to happen.
Yeah.
So me and Brad knowing each other, this is a good story for that if I don't get charged with it. I thought
This doesn't involve me, does it?
when they extended beaver season, I was my first year being a member of the MTA.
Yeah.
And I'd already been trapping. Well, I caught my first otter after the date. Didn't know it.
Yeah.
Didn't have the knowledge. That's what me and you talked about in this last podcast. It's what knowing not to do is more
Exactly.
important than knowing what to do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So I post that on the MTA. Brad messaged me and he said, I took your post down, buddy. I was like, why?
You're welcome.
This
is my first
Because they
got
didn't
you.
extend otter season. I was like, oh my gosh, bro. Are you
Yeah.
serious? I was like, I wasn't trying to catch otter. I was trying to catch a beaver.
So that reminds me of an old story of me and Kyle. Back in the day, we was smallmouth fishing on the river. I didn't know smallmouths had a season. We was just fishing.
I didn't know that until really
we caught,
recently.
4 or 5 of them. They was all dead because they'd been sitting in the live well all day. We was all proud of them. We posted them on Facebook, and somebody commented on there and said, they're not in season right now. I was like, season? I thought only like deer and turkey had season.
Yeah.
Game fish.
Yeah.
That's
So,
so
yeah.
easy to do.
It's good to know what not to do.
You need to know
There
that
is-
when you're out there bow fishing too.
Yeah.
Like, don't shoot that one.
Exactly, yeah.
You're right.
But
Yeah.
there's, and that goes in MDC working on regulations for trapping, hunting, whatever it may be. But, that's why those groups like MTA are so important, because they advocate for those guys
Yeah.
catching otters out of season. They want to, we're spending our time doing it. It's a little reward to do it, and it's not a waste of resources.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it makes
that
sense.
our state has.
Makes complete sense.
So, groups like MTA advocate for those things. Is everybody 100% in agreement on extending that season?
Will
No.
you ever be?
Will anybody ever be? That's
Yeah.
exactly right.
Yeah.
So, it's, for me, it's good. Do I trap to the end of March? No, because I don't
Too
like
hot.
snakes.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
like snakes.
Too hot.
Yeah, I don't
and, the,
either.
and the snakes are out because you're trapping in water. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't deal with moccasins well. And, so first of March,
I'm
I'm
allergic
pretty
too.
much I'm wrapping my stuff up. So.
Yeah.
But there's guys that do. But it's those groups that will advocate that. Spencer Spears is our. I don't know what Spencer's. I can't remember his exact
HR.
title.
Oh, you kept saying Spencer. I was thinking you were talking about Al Spencer.
No,
No.
this
Different.
is another guy.
Okay.
Yeah, Spencer Spears.
Basically, the HR for his entire state.
Well,
I
he's
don't know
like
what
the-
position they call it.
I forget what position they call it. He coordinates through the state. So he's been going to Jeff City a lot this year.
Yeah.
Is where we're at with it.
So
You know-
that word, the last time I was telling you about, it's oh shoot, I just forgot it again.
Man,
I'll think of it. Sorry,
I'm your kryptonite.
It's where they send somebody up to.
He's like a
ambassador.
delegate. He's like our
Yeah.
A delegate?
conservation
Man,
delegate.
today in the loader, I'm like, this is the word. This is the word. This is the word.
Arbitrator.
It's close.
No, that's
I'll think about it.
that's what you get convicted
Sorry.
for.
Sorry.
I don't know.
But no, he's been doing a real great job with that at the state level.
Yeah.
Taking
Good.
care of those things, making sure that the MTA is heard.
Mm-hmm.
That this is what we feel is best for our state and for our conservation efforts. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I would like to say this. If you're out there right now and you're a member of the MTA, you have a vote.
Yeah.
All you have to do is come to the meeting. And your vote counts as just as much as mine does or Brad does. Or as long as you're
So it
paying
ain't sided.
your
Right. No,
$30 a
good.
year to the MTA, you have a vote. All you have to do is come to the meeting and vote. And
if
they
we
will.
have something that comes up at the District 4 level, we have a spring meeting, we have a fall meeting.
Mm-hmm.
If Matt brings up an issue that he feels led to bring up, that I think this is going to benefit us or de-benefit us in one way, we take a vote on it as a district.
Mm-hmm.
And, I say this, I serve on a school board for our local school district. And working with those people, too, it's kind of the same way. Matt's feelings may not be the majority's, but he's not going to get hung up when the majority don't vote with him.
Yeah.
And MTA is really being led that direction also. Like I said, not everybody agreed with the extended honor season, but you know what? The majority voted, and this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
And some of those hands you see up on the nay side is people that already realize that it's going to pass, and they're just trying to save face with the people
Yeah.
they talk to.
Yeah.
That's all that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll never be in 100% agreement on anything.
No, I always wait till the last, and they're like, any more yeses? Any more yeses? And I'm like, yep.
Yep.
There you go.
Make sure you weren't the deciding factor.
Right, yes.
Didn't want to be that guy.
Yeah.
Everybody looks at that guy.
Yeah.
They do.
You need to close your eyes and everybody raise their hand. It's like in a Sunday service. Who's been saved? You got to close your eyes, raise your hand. Yeah. You're looking around. You
Not
ever had
me.
that happen?
I don't close my eyes. I look around and see.
Yeah, see?
I need to see who I need to talk to get them up here to Jesus, bro. I'm not ashamed of that at all.
Yeah.
Neither is he.
No.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that's what we was talking about earlier. Before we hit record on the thing, it's great to get guys together that believe the same. Like good godly men doing outdoor stuff and just talking about it.
Christ said that best when you surround yourself with like-minded people.
Yep.
Yep.
It's just something that you can't get over, whether it be talking bow hunting or trapping or fishing. When you put yourself around like-minded people, you're going to have common interest. You're going to say, hey, this is somebody that I can be friends with. That's
Right, and we may not agree on everything.
No.
I'm not trying
but
to preach.
there's enough.
No. You're
There's
good,
enough.
man. You're
There's
good.
enough middle gore
Oh,
around
yeah.
there that I have family and friends and they're a little lib, and that's okay. I just don't talk about stuff like that with them because I don't want to hear it and they don't want to hear it either. But the hate that goes
That's
on.
how it should be. I mean, you should be able to have your own differences and the likes and just be able to get along. I mean, sometimes people are just too far out there where it's like, hey,
Yeah.
not for me, but
I was thinking about
I've
this
seen
on
you
the
do
way
that.
up here.
I've seen you say, "Hey, man, it's a little too," so maybe we don't.
have I?
Yeah, I've seen that.
Oh.
I've been investigating you.
No, I was thinking about
Him
that on
too.
the way up here.
Yeah.
Though, our good buddy, old Tim Hill,
Yeah.
he's a crew leader there at MoDOT. So every time he leaves or every time you get off the phone with him or anything like that, his last words are, love you.
Me too.
And it's like, I've always been that type of guy that's like, I don't know why, but those words are hard to come out of my mouth for some reason.
You've been telling me that for 20 years.
Well, and I force myself.
That's true,
because
though.
I know I love you.
I
do.
Yeah.
And but that's the two things that God told us to do is love the Lord your God, love your brother. Love your neighbor.
Right.
So like I think that's a cool thing that I need to start trying to do. Is
Every
saying,
time I get off the phone with this guy, it's love you, buddy.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Yeah.
what it is.
Yep.
Why not? I do.
And it's something. It's simple, but like you ain't gonna say it to somebody you don't truly care for. You know.
Well, I'm just
really.
saying, if you
Well,
guys
the
wake
Bible
up,
even says love your enemies.
Yeah.
if you guys wake up in the middle of the night and you're in trouble and there's nobody's number you can remember, just call me, bro. Because
Hey, I've always said that about
Yep,
you.
I will
Like,
be here.
even though we've never been, tight or close, I've always been awesome hanging around you or talking to you or
Brother,
whatever.
I'm just
you know?
like you. I was made to run into the fire.
Yeah.
So just call me and I'll be there.
That's
I promise you, I will. I'll burn up for you, brother. He knows it.
yeah. Yeah, that's cool.
It's hard to come when you get older, man. The older you get, I'm
See-
probably the oldest guy in this room, right?
You are.
Yeah.
Friends are hard to come by when you get older, brother. You
Yeah.
better start
Yep.
loving the people that are there.
Yeah. I'm only 32, but the circle just keeps getting smaller and smaller. You
Yeah,
know,
but
especially
me-
the dependable ones that truly have got your back.
You turn around and I think about that often. That's what I tell my wife. I was like, you know, I've got a core group of guys that if I need something, these are the ones that I'm calling.
Mm-hmm.
These are the guys that I'm calling. They're going to be there, thick and thin, no matter what happens.
Right.
Whether I have my arm stuck in a 330 and I'm too embarrassed to carry it into town and say, somebody get this off of me.
It's
You know?
fun to drive home with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I've heard it said too. You know, if you can get out of high school and you can have 5 friends that you count on one hand, you're doing something good.
Yeah.
And the older you get, the more that even gets stronger. So
And some of
I'm
them,
blessed.
some
to
of them are
have-
coming up and coming down.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you this right now, and Scott knows this too. If you want to have good friends, and you want to be safe in this world, you surround yourself with people that run towards gunfire. Mm-hmm. Not away from it.
That's true. That's
And those will be your people right there, man.
That's your veterans or your patriots. I mean, it's the same. Like Michael Waddell always said, and Team Ballman guys, if you ever broke down on the side of the road and you need help, they said look for a 4-wheel drive pickup truck with a camouflage sticker in the back. They said he's probably got a weapon and he's going to, like I said, run towards a fire and protect you, or have a tool, change your tire, or get you some gas. Like
Anything,
it's
don't
it's
matter.
the brotherhood that they talk about with like the bone collector, the hunting, or your church group or whatever. Like it's legit. Like it is good to have that brotherhood. You may not be close with the 100 people, but you'll help out the 97 that aren't close with you. You know, you and your 3 best
Right.
buddies.
Yeah.
And I feel bad for those that are kind of reclusive and don't have that. You know, I'm kind of an outgoing guy, like we talked about. You go out in public and never meet a stranger. You know,
Never.
you know, it's good to have that quality.
behind every shell of a man, though, there's that soft spot. You know, that what do you call it? The mental side that, that can be a big baby. Just like
Yeah.
you was talking about, like you've, broke down crying before.
Oh, yeah.
And you're one of the toughest guys I know.
I'll call you do that sometime too, bro. See how you like it. It ain't no fun, bro. When I get to hurting
Hey,
that bad, son,
Call
it
me
ain't.
anytime.
I feel bad. I call him the next day and say, I'm sorry about that, man.
It's prayers. So,
It's
and,
tough.
And me and Matt shared a lot of family stuff, but it's, I think that's probably drawn us together as much, My kids are a little older than Matt's, and you deal with issues, and it's nothing that nobody else has, but you just hadn't encountered them in your life.
Right.
So you
Yeah.
need somebody to lean on.
Me and you have bow hunted together. Mm-hmm. Me and you have bow hunted together a little bit.
Yeah.
Me and Brad have never trapped together. It's just the...
I don't want him learning all my secrets.
Yeah.
No, that's not it.
There's a reason, Matt.
That's what it is.
There's a reason.
That's what it is, guys.
How come our times never align?
Yeah, I know. See, look, you bow hunted with us. Now you're killing all these big bucks like last year.
Yeah, I can't take you anymore. I don't know. You're going to tell me where them sheds you found are, though. I'll film you.
Ditch 4.
Yeah.
Ditch 4.
Speaking of sweet, though, you did find a good set of sheds earlier.
Yeah.
When did you find these?
About 2 weeks ago.
Really?
Yeah, how you like that? Hold that up.
I like 'em.
Hold that other up there and look at those, because we just don't get brow tines like that around
No,
here.
and
bro.
like I said, the age on, I don't consider that going to be a really old deer.
No, he ain't.
He's going to be magnificent.
Yeah, he's a
Next year.
dandy.
You
Yeah.
put 30
There's always
inches
that
on
next
him,
year,
you
but
catch an
legit.
arrow.
If he even keeps what he's got and just puts masks on, it'll be impressive.
That's all I want.
Yeah.
Some heaviness to
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
That's cool. And then we got to shout out your daughter, Caroline.
Man, that's
for
cool.
for the fox hide here, fox fur. He said last time on the podcast she had some stuff she wanted us to show, and he brought me in a
You gotta hang
fox.
that up. Where's
No, I will, man. I've wanted a fox for so long. I really
I
appreciate that.
brag on Matt's kids. He's
Man.
got 3 magnificent kids.
Yes.
And how they came from match, I don't know.
Yeah.
Their mama.
Yeah, that's what I told Shay. I was like, it's a good thing.
Yeah.
I
But
saw that post.
but no, he does. He's got 3 good kids, and to go out and the girls go trapping with him.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. I got, my kids are older. I got 17, and one will be 14 this summer.
Oh, wow.
And
Car insurance sucks.
Oh, Lord. Yeah. They're both working.
Yeah.
They pay that.
Shoot, you have to today, man. You
Dad told him, like, no, that can't happen. But
Yeah.
But no, they do. My 14-year-old, they've trapped with me, but never taken that up as an interest.
Yeah.
Now the youngest one, he's a fishing fanatic, loves to deer hunt, got into duck hunting this year.
Oh, boy.
Dad stepped out of duck hunting probably 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And
I've been like twice my
yeah,
life.
I'm like, oh, God. Now it's starting up again. So.
Yeah. That's
But,
cool, though. I wish I would have got introduced to some of this stuff when I was younger. I didn't even know duck hunting was a thing. I mean, of course, I've always knew of trapping because of the old TVs and stuff. That's why I had that big, whatever, I just call it bear trap, bear, 'cause that's what you always see.
Yeah.
And everything on media, even back since Bambi, they portrayed hunters as these evil, like selfish, just killers. So that's what you see. And it was nice having you guys come on and be like, no, man, that's not how we do things.
So much of that portrayed.
Yeah.
Even in the hunting realm, more especially in the trapping realm, it's because it's uneducated people.
It 100% is.
Uneducated people.
That's what's wrong with most of our societies.
It is.
Uneducated
You don't
part.
understand, the deer population if it's not controlled, if it's not managed, the disease that breaks out, wipes it out, maybe it over
And the property damage.
human beings.
Yes. Yeah.
Nuisance control. Matt's in nuisance control.
Yeah.
The beaver population, you're never going to catch them all. Never.
No.
It's never going to happen, but you can control it. But it's a year-to-year thing. And, that's with coyotes and the trickle-down effects that trapping has on, night vision's new.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people killing coyotes doing that. But I guarantee you, in a year's time, if I want to target coyotes, I can trap as many coyotes as what they'll go through a whole season with a thermal.
Probably.
Or be real close.
Yeah.
And it's just the tools that you'd have. You can set up more traps. You're on more farms at one time, and those traps are always working for you.
Yeah.
To manage that, in WTF, big supporters of trapping because of the turkey
Oh,
population.
yeah, man. It helps them out tremendously.
Never been involved in isn't there Quail Unlimited?
Sounds right.
Something like that.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
But even those guys, and I don't know because I've never been involved of what that would promote from the nest predator
Yeah.
aspect of it.
Absolutely, yeah.
But there's a lot of things that people don't look outside the box
Yeah.
of. You're harming animals. Well, I'm
Right.
controlling a population that has to be controlled.
Yeah.
It's either through control of trapping or disease.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now
You
you
know.
need to. You go ahead. I can let this guy know I'm on a podcast. Trevor's trying to call.
That's crazy to think about, like what you just said. Like, you got your thermals and then you got trapping. If you think about it like a financial way, your thermals hunting, that's like your liquid stuff. You're seeing results right there. And then you're investing in each one of those traps, and it's just making,
It's working
it's
for
working
you.
for you.
It's
Yeah.
working for you.
Yep.
You can have, excuse me, and I'm not a long liner. Long liner is a term in the trapping world I've got a bunch of traps out over several miles because I'm a before work and after work guy. I don't have that luxury in my life yet.
Yeah.
But those traps are, on bobcats, they always want to know trap nights. How many trap nights did it take you to catch that cat when you get your CITES tag? That trap worked for me for 5 nights.
Yeah.
Well, in those 5 nights, I caught 3 cats. And all I did was get up the next morning and go check it.
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
and I'm not downplaying the thermal. I've been looking.
Yeah,
it's fun.
I think I want to dive
got
off
one.
into that realm.
Yeah, I got one. And I was going to ask you think kind of like whenever they stopped doing the hogs and they said only want to trap them and you can only kill them if you have a big game tag and you're not actually hunting them on certain ground because they think that by shooting them,
You're dispersing them.
it's dispersing them. So like coyotes, say, what is it? If you shoot one of the males, the female can likely come in the heat. Is that wasn't there something with that?
I think something.
There's-
Yeah.
So like, do
There's,
you think
when
it'd
coyotes
be?
travel?
Oh yeah,
They travel.
Yeah.
I forget. I just seen that just the other day.
There's some new stuff going on with it.
They had a coyote tagged that had traveled out of the southeast part of the state way up into the north in like 2 days. Traveled was like 100
Really?
miles or something.
Holy
I
cow.
just saw it on Facebook.
No, that's insane.
A couple nights ago or something. But
I wouldn't thought they would travel that far.
I
but
wouldn't either.
Yeah.
I thought home range. I've got coyotes around me, and
I'll say 5 miles.
yeah, I was thinking 5 to maybe even 10 potentially.
Right.
You know, the way the crow flies.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, that is wild.
to travel like that, I don't think you can disperse them. They're going to be there. They've
Yeah.
been there.
So I have 3 farms right now that I trapped last year, this time for coyotes. They were getting like 8 to 10 pictures on their game cameras of coyotes once a week. You know, they get 8 to 10 pictures once a week.
Yeah.
You know, different cameras, different coyotes. All 3 of those farms were getting 1 picture of a coyote a week, and I just refused to go. I was like, we're not doing anything. It's not worth it. You gotta pay me
Yeah.
$150 to come out there and catch nothing because I'm not gonna catch him. You know, he already knows me. There's no catching him.
Yeah, they're not dumb.
No, once they
You know?
know you, they know you. It's just like a
Right.
big buck, you know. Like when I pick out a spot to hunt on the edge, I never go down into the edge where I think I'm going to kill the deer. I come to the edge and I stop, and then I kill the deer down there, and then I go down there.
Yeah.
If I start going down there and putting traps
They're gonna
out,
know.
he comes along, he's like, oh, that smells like USA Golds. Maybe a little bit of Jaeger. I'm not going to come back here again.
That's Iceman right
So
there.
like, yeah, that's Iceman. And I've hunted deer. I'm old enough now that I've hunted deer that I know knew me.
Yeah.
And I've hunted for 2 or 3 years, and they just laugh at me.
Yep. That
As
one I
soon as
killed
it-
this year probably knew me from the little food plot.
As soon as my truck pulls out of the driveway and pulls out, they come out in the field.
Yeah.
It's just how it is.
Like a
you know?
climbing stand
Yeah.
that's from their base retreat.
Right. Yeah, they
The
know.
weary coyote, you know, and the term fits.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
For sure.
When I started trapping, I was probably mid-20s before I really started trapping. Dabbled with trapping the coons out of the sweet corn.
Yeah.
You know, Grandpa had some old number 1 long springs. And I
Yeah.
thought, boy,
That's fun stuff
I'm gonna
right
trap
there.
these. I'm gonna trap them coons. You know, and probably mid-20s when I got real serious into trapping. Always been an avid outdoorsman, but 25, 26 is where I really dove into it, and you know, learning as you go. And it's just like deer hunting. It's like kids riding a bicycle. You learn, you talk. Now there's YouTube. Now there's guys putting
Oh,
stuff
yeah.
up
Oh, yeah.
on
Very
lots of
helpful,
videos.
yeah.
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
And you know, even the way I would set a trap now versus the way Matt sets a trap, 2 different directions, but we're getting the same result.
Yeah.
You know, we teach classes, we put on seminars at our meetings and teach these things. My number 1 always is trap bedding. You know, you've got to bed that trap because if you don't, and it moves, that coyote's digging
Oh,
it
my
up.
gosh, yeah.
You know, now a cat, you can stick it out in the grass and cover it with leaves.
Put
and
some
that-
glitter on it.
and put some glitter on it, and the cat's going to step in it.
Really?
You can paint it orange.
Like you're talking about a bobcat, you're talking about a house
Yes.
cat.
Yeah,
Yes.
bobcat.
Really?
Yeah.
I figured a bobcat would be like
So would you want a bigger
hard
pan?
as
They're
shit to
fearless.
get.
They're
You want a
fearless.
bigger
Yeah.
pan?
And I guess they're probably curious too.
Yeah.
I mean,
All you need is a little bit
Curiosity
bigger pan.
killed the cat.
yeah.
And all he sees is a flat place to put his foot. So guys actually carry like cockaburs or gumballs, and they'll put it around the trap so he won't step on the cockabur. He'll just step on the pan.
I was watching one of my
Wow.
old
You
trapping.
don't have to bury him.
I was
Yeah.
watching one of the
Dang, I
old
didn't
trapping
know that.
videos on Acorn the other day. And I was over there bedding the trap or whatever, and I grabbed a coyote turd, and I was like, all right,
Yeah, put that right there. Over
put
there.
that over there. Yeah. It's funny how you can manipulate poop to make, you know.
coyote been here.
I call it the trifecta.
Yeah.
And I pick up, and it sounds weird. I pick up coyote turds from this farm and use them
Put
on
'em
this
on that
farm,
farm.
and I pick up cat turds from this farm and use them on
Why
that farm.
not? Why
you
not?
know, and
The
I
transported
got
turds.
it's a
I did that
three
for a while. I don't
three
do that
set
anymore.
turd set. You know,
Yeah.
I'll have a coyote turd and a cat turd and whatever else turd I can find just to throw them on.
If I was
you
in an
know?
abandoned building wondering where I could take a poop and I found a big pile, I'm like, well, maybe guess where that's everybody goes.
Yeah.
Right?
Catch me on a trap. How
Yeah.
about that?
Yeah.
Right. About a week before that, just give me a holler. We'll skip that whole scenario.
It's dry poop. It's dry poop. I ain't picking up wet.
This was mushy.
That's like back in the day, me and my buddy used to have cow patty wars.
So we used to do
Of
that.
course you would.
Four wheelers and go karts, and
And
we'd
you-
ride through the cow pasture.
And every
ride
once in a
them.
while,
Yeah.
you'd get one of them juicy ones. And then you'd
Oh,
be like,
yeah.
oh, I'm going to get it.
We're like, we're solid on the outside, the inside's still,
Still
mush.
gooey.
I think the direction of this podcast is really going
What direction?
down way.
Hey, if you ain't ever done that, that's fun times.
There's nobody listening to this that's ever done that before, unless they're 40 years old.
Now, you'd be surprised, probably.
Anyway.
Yeah, our demographics, a lot of them's 25
Yeah.
to 35 is our biggest one.
Yeah. So,
I think that's where, when MTA is seeing this, our district hadn't got to yet. Springfield, Missouri area, the MTA group out there is doing a lot of homesteader stuff.
It's big.
yeah.
These people moving into the rural areas
Yeah.
and doing homesteading,
Yeah.
protecting their chickens,
Yeah, for sure.
protecting what's on their farm, and it takes trapping,
Yep.
Yeah.
to do that. And so a lot of their demonstrations have moved in that direction, teaching those families how to defend what's their own.
Yeah.
And it's through trapping.
And they're utilizing the furs and hides and stuff. And I
Yeah.
Springfield's has kind of always been that mountainy, woodsy type people anyway, other than like the touristy now. But
Right.
so, I mean, it makes sense why it'd be a big homesteader spot and big
Well,
waterways.
even
and-
around-
There's some more going on throughout the state, like I said, and I've done some clinics. Of course, I've done them in our local church. Done some for the high school science teacher.
Yeah.
In biology class, but and this is Brad's honest opinion. I may get ridiculed for this, but trapping the fur market will never be what it used to.
No,
We're
I
not
don't
going to
think
see
so
$30
either.
and $40 coons.
Yeah.
The Russian ruble is nothing. That's where all that went back in the 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
And it's never going to be that. But for avid outdoorsmen that love to bow hunt, that love to turkey hunt, I'm catching fur to protect what's on my farm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I really see trapping, especially with these homesteaders and everybody taking interest in it, that it's for regulating these properties. I still get some calls. Hey, I've got 3 bobcats and 1 picture on my game camera. You come over and trap them? Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's still some people that's not going to do it themselves. So there's still going to be a need for, Matt's for hire. You need him to come catch your critters, he'd do it. I tried, but people in my area won't pay. I'm like, well,
Yeah.
I ain't catching your critters.
Yeah.
Because it costs me gas. I've invested a lot in these traps. I've invested a lot in lures.
Right. People just
And-
want you to come over and do it for free. But,
Yeah.
That being said, when it's over towards his way, I'll pick up the phone and I call Brad. I say, Brad, I got this guy. He lives on this highway. It's over in your area. He wants me to come kill bears. I told him how much it was. He said it was okay. Are you cool with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right. But if he said no, I just tell the guy no.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys said that you can kind of respect deal.
Yep.
Yeah.
Whoever.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how it goes. When we got together as a group, especially District 4, and we said, hey, guys, this is what I feel like I need to catch a beaver. Okay? And Matt and myself and 2 or 3 of the others said, okay, District 4, this is what we're going to charge to catch beavers. That way they don't call Matt, and Matt go, I'll do it for $50 a beaver.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because somebody's getting their gas money paid for, and somebody
Brad
ain't.
told me it was going to be $200 a
Right.
beaver. We're not going to do that to one another.
Yeah.
We don't want to be cutting
Yeah,
throats.
we don't need
and-
no group boycotting or nothing like
No,
that.
no.
That's
We have some of that already.
yeah.
Yeah.
Unity is where the strength is. I mean,
Right.
if you want to, if you love your passion, you're going to stand behind your brothers doing it.
They've got us listed on a website somewhere.
Yeah.
And they go through all 4 of us. They're going to get the same answer from all 4 of us.
Yeah, that's good, and that just shows that like kind of like that camaraderie is gonna reflect on the actual group and the process you guys are doing anyway. So if everybody's on the same page, like man, these guys are actually legit. It ain't just some Joe Schmo out here just catching dogs and cats
Yeah.
and
It's bigger
know
than
what I'm
that,
saying?
though, Brett, because it's the same way with Brad calling Spencer and Sykeston.
Yeah,
Spencer's going to take care of it.
Yeah.
Or I'll call Michael Cowan in Piedmont, and it's over that way.
Yeah.
Michael's going to take care of it.
Hey, speaking of Piedmont, a big trapper just passed away in Piedmont. Yeah. Do you guys know about that? I don't know the guy's name. I told my buddies at work today that I had some trappers coming on the night, and like man, like his nickname was the Trapper. Some old guy, and he had an album he carried around with stuff that he trapped. I meant to look at his name when I drove by, but I was going to mention it to you guys and see if you knew, since it's kind of a
And that's I'll touch on that one too, Scott. The amount of people that trap, so I know several that trap that's probably not a member. And
Yeah, I was gonna say, maybe he wasn't a
I'm
member.
going to push membership here a little bit.
Yeah.
That's a member of MTA.
Yeah.
As district director, I get a printout each year as new members come in. And it's life members and regular members, and these are who I've got, and it's by county, and they got phone numbers. And I was it's been 2 years ago, had the boys down in the Boot Hill finishing up their Hunter's Ed. And
sorry, my dog.
they turned around and I asked the agents down there, I was like, hey, because I have nobody out of the Boot Hill, Missouri. you guys got trappers down there? He's like, oh, yeah, we got trappers,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Yeah, put me in contact with them. Here's my name and number, you know, because we have nobody down here. Last year, we've got right at 900 members in MTA. Last year, the report through MDC is there was 2,000 trapping permits sold in the state.
Yeah.
You know, so that's a huge more percentage of people that's not joining an organization that helps support what they're enjoying to do.
Right.
You know, so that's been a big push, not even for District 4. We've gained a lot of membership in the past couple of years just by word of mouth and getting people to come to the meetings. But not only that, but at the state level. I mean, these are the people that's rattling chains in Jeff City, you know, to make sure that our trapping rights and heritage is kept
if you
intact.
don't fight for it. And
That's all our
lobbying. Lobbyist is what that word
Yeah,
was.
lobbyist.
I was trying to
Yeah.
think of it. It's an advocate, a lobbyist. Yeah.
Lobbyist.
If you don't have those, man, like this could go away because people that have a say-so, unfortunately, that are above us don't really care much for the hunting, trapping.
They
and
don't know anything about
give,
it, bro.
Don't give two shits about
don't
it.
know
They
anything
care.
about it.
Right.
No. So we need the guys to do that. And like for me, I was naive. I guess I would have realized it's probably an organization for trapping, but I didn't know that. So if I just wanted to go out and get some traps, hey, Swilly, what do I need? Don't do this, this, and this. You know, I wouldn't have thought about signing up for you said MTA, Missouri Trapper Association.
Yep.
You know, so some people may not know or may not realize how simple it is or how, you know, it's not very cost burdened.
It's not. I mean, in comparison, I've been a member of Ducks Unlimited and WTF, you know, Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation, NRA. Dues are $30 for 2 years.
Oh, really?
And you get the Mountain Man magazine, which is published 3 times a year, which is a state magazine. Then you get the Trappers Post, which is a national magazine.
Which is going to give you all your changes and your regulations.
Yeah,
and
and
everything.
you're not going to get it on Facebook every day, but the red flags of, like you said, to know what not to do or how the season's extended.
What's moving?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
what does MTA have on
and
the
you
roller
need to
coaster
know
that's
because
going?
things are constantly changing.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
that is cool.
So I just messaged my buddy Michael over. He's actually our chaplain for District 4. He lives over in Piedmont. And he said he saw the trapper's name on the registration at the funeral home. But he's never heard of him
Yeah.
because he just...
Apparently, he's just an
Doesn't
old time that's
associate-
always done it.
I've got, you know, local legend there in my area, Galen Martin, and you talking about a guy that beaver traps.
by the pound.
Yeah. You know, he's told me stories of years ago in the early 90s, late 80s. He was selling beavers by the pound. He was making bank.
Yeah,
You know, he's one of those guys.
So he's probably like, I don't need an organization.
Well,
Maybe
he,
not.
He was.
You know.
He was never a member
Yeah.
until, you know, when Spencer Spears, which was the previous district director before me, he got District 4 back on the map and up and going. I didn't even know that it existed. Seen something on Facebook about 5-6 years ago about us trapping meeting in Cape. And I was like, I told the wife, I was like, you want to go check it out? She's like, yeah. So we took a ride, met them guys, told them what I was already doing. He's like, hey, we need you to join and become part of this.
So you haven't been a district director for that long?
No, year and a half. I've been a year and a half.
Okay.
now.
Okay. That was going to be
You
one
know,
of my questions.
Yeah. You know, kind of led, you know, Matt's kind of in the position that I was in. He's kind of my all around go-to guy.
Yeah.
You know, and
Careful, his head's going to.
yeah.
No.
I'm gonna brag on him.
No.
Not to get off where I was at, but District 4 was in charge of our fall rendezvous.
Yeah.
So the fall rendezvous for MTA is a big deal. That's the 1 year event. Got tons of vendors come in, and we probably run through 600 people through our event in Salem last fall. You know, so that's huge. Matt took on the kitchen by himself. Friday breakfast, Friday lunch, Friday night fish fry, Saturday morning breakfast, Saturday lunch, and then Saturday night. And him and his family rocked it. You know, done an awesome job. Don't know how many people we had brag on us for the event that we'd put on. So you can't make an organization like this run. Yes, I have the title of director, but without a core group of guys, I can't do it by myself.
Yeah.
You know, you got to have those people you can lean on.
Yeah.
So,
It's
but
awesome.
like I said, Galen never joined MTA. Never
Wouldn't
would
pay
join
his
MTA.
membership.
Wouldn't pay his membership.
Yeah.
Until
I'm interested in doing it, even if I don't trap, just to be able to have
the
an
magazine's
understanding.
the worth the money.
And if I ever do decide or get some time when we get come in the realty stuff, whatever, I would love to. Just right now, I don't think I would ever commit to it. My plate is mounded over.
And we're all that way.
Yeah,
Scott.
But I'm very, very interested in it.
All got
and
young
learning.
kids.
Yeah,
You've always got stuff.
but I want to
going.
get them into it. My boy, man, his name's Archer. I got Oakley. They're going to be outdoorsmen. Like they would absolutely love to do that. Even if I could just do it a couple times a week, whether I catch nothing or whatever. I need it done. I've got bobcats at the wazoo on the farm. We got daggum. How do you catch an armadillo? Or can you? Because
I've never worked on it, but I've heard
got
a lot of people tell me
ton
that
of
they
them.
funnel chicken wire and a funnel to a live trap.
Okay,
So I know a guy who buys armadillos.
really make soup bowls.
He makes all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can.
But I need to check. I need to check because
if I can talk about it.
you tell me after.
Yeah.
I need to look in though because conservation's made some fuss about armadillos with killing them. It might possibly be illegal if you don't have a nuisance permit. And I don't know if they have a trapping season for them or not.
I think armadillo, and don't quote me on this. I think armadillo is on the trapping regulation.
Okay, I kind of thought so too. But yeah,
So
if
that's
somebody listens to this and knows,
It's
let us
basically
know.
protecting them. If you put them on the trapping list, it's basically protect them for a certain amount of months out of the
Yeah,
year.
'Cause, man, we are my yard mowing right now.
I can't
it's
imagine.
crater by
It's gonna
crater
be
to
like
the farm.
the feral hogs. It's an invasive.
Yeah,
they're
dude,
terrible, man.
that and the furry critters digging holes in the ground.
Groundhogs.
Groundhogs.
I got 8 of them. I have
You
14
talking about
acres. I got 8
burying
groundhogs right
a
now.
tractor tire during hay season? Golly, that gets on my nerves. It's terrible. They will flat devastate a field, and we don't run crops. We just run hay for cattle. And cattle in there getting their legs caught in holes and whatnot, or me.
Yeah.
It's I need to do it. It's a very necessity. But my family's never been trappers, so they've never even really been for it. Because I've always talked about it, even as a younger guy or kid. But they always thought of it as the old bear trap. You don't go out there and you're going to get some kid's foot caught in the trap.
That's the common misconception.
It is.
Until you get into the beaver trapping realm, there's nothing that you can set because it's regulated
Yeah.
by the state of Missouri.
And that's good.
As to what size trap you can use in the dirt.
Yeah.
On dry ground. So until you could break off into the beaver trapping realm,
TS-85.
330s.
330.
Those
Yeah.
are traps that's probably going to hurt when they hit you.
Yeah.
I wear a split thumbnail from a 330 12 years ago.
Yeah.
And caught the end of my thumb, and it
Yeah.
still grows out split. And it hurt, and
Yeah.
there was blood.
Yeah.
I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but
It ain't going to
so-
decapitate your
You can get
No.
foot or
into
something.
No.
Loss of limb.
you can get into like a double coil 650. You're not gonna get that off.
No, you're gonna pinch some toes. You're gonna pinch a finger.
But anything under that, I don't even run any double coils. There's nothing around here that I need a double coil. I
Yeah,
can
too
handle.
much bang.
And I think that my MB550s will hold a mountain lion, no problem.
Really?
As long as my anchor's good, I think an MB550 will hold my mountain lion.
I
no
run
problem.
MB 550s, and this comes
Black bear too.
Oh, so yeah, we got
there's
black bear around here.
all these different traps.
I don't think he can get out.
Different trap
Yeah.
manufacturers.
If I get 3 toes, he's not leaving. He'll be
kidding.
there when I get there.
I've become that 550 fan. Matt's a 550 fan.
How big is that?
5-inch.
Okay.
That's a 5-inch
it,
trap.
bro.
I can call that the wazoo.
And you're talking about bears. I'm pretty sure about 3 years ago, trapped a buddy at my farm north of Puxico. They'd been seeing the black bear around.
Yeah.
I knew it was staying on his farm. He'd seen it during bow season. Had pictures of it. I was trapping the neighboring property and run cables, quick links, in a trap. And walked in. I was like, I know the trap's supposed to be here. It's been disturbed. Got off the Ranger and looked, and my cable was sticking up. The quick link blowed wide open, and my 550 was gone.
Yeah, it's a bear.
I was like a bear or Sasquatch one. I got it.
It's a bear.
Yeah.
So-
None of us can pull out of it.
Yeah, I got to show you guys a picture after the pod of whenever we came back from Texas. Trevor had messaged me. He's like, "Dude, what is this thing on my game?" I'll try to pull it up. Like, what is this thing on my game camera? And it, honest to God, looks like a Bigfoot face peeking over a log. Like, it gave me chills. I'm not, I'm not pulling your third leg or nothing. Like, I'm serious.
It's the Momo.
It's something. Let me see if I can find that joker.
So those smaller traps, you take the number 2 size trap.
Yeah.
That's a smaller 3 and 3/4. That's what it is.
I don't know if it's an owl fanned
It's a
out,
bird feather.
but if you just look at that, does that not look like a face?
It does, but that is his wing.
I think it's a wing out.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
But
see.
so
it,
he's
you
like
could,
this.
I needed to put
This
that
wing's
up.
going this way, and this one's that way.
Yeah.
You can see the swing running down that way. That's just the middle of his body. But
Yeah.
yeah. I
Senator
love blowing
John.
up game camera pictures.
But,
Yeah.
you take a lot of trapping guys that will take that number 2 size trap and still catch coyotes all day long.
Really?
That's wild.
So it's it's all on what you want.
I catch bobcats in number 11s.
Will they say, like you said, a lot of times you can come up to the coyote and you can almost grab them, and very few times. Will they fight a trap very often?
Yeah, just fighting
when
until
they
you
first.
get there. Yeah.
No, you got any pictures, catch circle pictures?
Yeah, I've got some embarrassing ones. They're 25 foot wide.
Pull some cord out.
So the catch circle or the burn circle.
Yeah,
it's where you just run around.
That's where that trap is pivoted off in the ground. He's run.
It's probably not so much. It's like just for reference. It's probably not so much hurting them. It's just like, oh crap, I'm stuck.
You just burn a circle.
Yeah, you know, because I never want to let people think that. See out there, just sitting over here suffering. Like no, like you know, like a Chinese finger trap. I don't know.
I have a video on Facebook of a 40-pound male coyote. And it was.
Could you bring that in a little more?
I had just
I'm gonna duct tape you.
I had just started trying to catch young, and everybody made fun of me on Facebook because my chain was too long.
Yeah, it's a learning curve.
My spot was so good that I thought if my chain was long enough, I'd get him out away from him, and I still have a good spot.
Yeah.
Right. There's logic in that, right?
Yeah.
But when I walk up to him, he's singing. He's just. It's the middle of the day. There's snow on the ground. He's just howling.
What song was he singing?
Coyote, the Coyote Lullaby. Anyway, anyways, he had a giant 41st, and you could tell he was not hurt because when I got close enough to him, he'd be like, "No, don't come over here."
Yeah, this is.
And I'm not here with like a 7-foot catch pole,
like one of these.
Yeah, something like that. And I'm trying to loop it over his head, and he's just.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Garrett, go up there. Stand close to him so he won't. He's like, no.
I wouldn't either.
I'm getting dead. Yeah. I end up grabbing that chain and wrapping up into my hand until I pulled that dog over to me. And he just laid down like that on his back.
They'll soul.
Crazy.
They'll soul. They're like a possum. You get
females. You get
really
an alpha female in a trap. She will get a little squirrely.
Do you ever have coyote hunters have you trap coyotes and bring them in for their dogs like a pen?
Yeah, and you know, and the state's got regulations on that also.
Okay,
you know, there's some,
yeah.
A lot of them will sell them.
Or not.
You're allowed to. I haven't.
Do you have a license or anything?
So I don't know all the stipulations to it.
Right,
but there are some stipulations.
I gotcha.
You can only keep that dog 3 days.
Okay.
Yep.
So how many dogs can you catch in 3 days to make it worth driving 100 miles to sell them?
Yeah.
Locally here, and I'll do that as kind of a back history. You know, I grew up a houndsman.
Yeah.
Me and my dad field trialed for years, had
cool.
running walkers. When I was born, he had running walkers. So for years we traveled, you know, field trialed and been showed dogs and had some pretty good dogs.
Yeah.
3 or 4
Crazy
years.
within things to go for.
3 or 4 years in a row, we had the Hunter's Horn is the top magazine for dog people.
Okay.
And we had 3 to 4 dogs at a time in the top 100 out of the state of Missouri.
Wow.
You know, so I know that aspect of it too. Coyote pens, selling to those. Locally, I don't have any. But there are people that do that live market for them.
Yeah.
So
I can sell coyotes live, but it's over towards Springfield.
Yeah. I guess it's kind of good to have some of them tools to plug your ammunition in, but like you said, is it feasible now?
Legally, I can only hold the dogs for 3 days alive.
Yeah.
And then I have to kill them.
So it almost be like if you had somebody looking for that, you would set up a cell camera or something. Say, hey, I got one coming in. Meet me or whatever.
I can't catch enough coyotes in 3 days to make it worth me trying.
Right.
They bring more money than hide.
Oh, way more.
Yeah, I figured.
I've not kept any coyotes, not targeted any coyotes the past 2 or 3 years because they're just not a market.
So here's a question for you. We talk about like the cow patty wars. People listening to us will know about it. What about those Arkansas toothpicks, though? Are they worth anything?
As a gag gift, absolutely.
That's all it is?
This is no lie. Every male coon.
Are we talking about coon dicks? So I got a buddy that sells coon dicks in Van Buren. He sells the fire out of them for $10 a piece.
That's funny. I'd buy one for $10.
I've seen women's earrings. I had about 10 one year, and that's what everybody got in their stocking stuffer. And
That's
I paid like
hilarious.
a candy cane.
Right, Scott, but would you skin one out for $10?
No.
But you'd buy one
Have you ever
for
seen
$10.
No, never seen one.
It's like a candy cane.
Yeah, it's like a.
Really?
It's Arkansas toothpick, right?
Well, it's not really sharp. You got to sharpen it, I think.
Yeah, I always cut mine off. A little sharper.
Yeah, inside the coon, the actual
It's a bone.
components is an actual bone.
Kind of like a whale.
Yeah. I think they said bears have that too, don't they?
Yeah.
Really?
So do
Very
whales.
good. You know, and that goes into the trapping realm. A lot of these guys you benefit not only from a hide, but something like that too.
I know.
You know?
kind of using every
Oh,
part.
they're selling that, the feet,
Yeah.
the glands, the skull, the butterfly bone in the back of the beaver,
Yeah.
right there on his butt. That sells really good.
Really?
They make jewelry
Tails.
out of it. They make
Tails.
jewelry out of it.
Is there a central hub where kind of like this is all more prevalent? You know, say
No, they
or
don't
it's
want
everywhere?
it to be either.
Yeah.
Yeah.
These guys don't want you to know how they're making enough to make that
Gotcha.
work.
I just didn't know if there's like a
1,000
trading post where you take it to Springfield and there's a trading post
No,
for
these guys
10
get-
different items.
These
met
guys
a guy-
they're way more diverse than that. So they have this guy they sell
Okay.
this to, this guy they sell that
Yeah.
to.
Gotcha.
This guy they sell all the meat to make bobcat bait. This guy they sell, it's just crazy.
Met
Okay.
a guy probably 10 years ago at old Greenville days,
Yeah.
and he
yeah.
had front beaver feet with an eyelet screwed in it on a piece of leather for a necklace.
Really?
So I just asked him.
I bet that guy
was
has
like-
some interesting stories.
I was like, "Where do you get your beaver feet?" He's like, "I buy them here and there." I was like, "What do you pay?" He's like, 50 cents a piece. He's like, "Here's my card." I was like, "How many do you want?"
yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Okay. Shoot.
Yeah. You know.
Well, that's like where you got to find the want, you got to find the need.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you freeze them and then
Who
give it
needs-
to them? Or,
Absolutely.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
absolutely.
cool. Yeah.
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 I say
Where
my
the Arkansas
beavers-
toothpick comes in.
So where the guy is just selling
Somebody
the
wants
skin,
one.
the guy's out there skinning the beaver. He's just cutting those front feet off, throwing them on the ground,
Yeah.
cutting them back feet up there. He throws the tail on the ground. He skins the beaver out, stretches them. Well, he had front feet, back feet, tail, all the meat because
Yeah.
bait makers want all the meat.
Yeah.
Then you got the skull, which people pay money for
Yep.
because they got them big, long.
Oh yeah, they
front
look
teeth.
nasty
And
when you
then you
find them.
got
Yeah.
this butterfly bone in their back hip where everything meets together, which is a lot of jewelry that you see and you don't even know it's
A beaver bone.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you got the caster who's making perfume
Yeah.
and vanilla.
Vanilla
and
extract.
So
Yeah.
all this stuff is just, and the guy that can get a niche in every one of those markets and get everything he wants out of a beaver can make a living in the wintertime doing that.
When beaver pelts are low, beaver castrum is high.
Hi.
Really?
I sold some 2 years ago to Greenwall Fur out of Illinois for $100 a pound.
Wow.
For $100 a pound. You know, and if you catch 10 big beavers, you could have a couple pound.
Yeah. They,
You know,
Yeah.
so
I've
but,
had beavers.
everybody watching the podcast. Look at your vanilla ice cream
Yeah,
and look
it's
where it
beaver
says
castrum.
castrum. It's beaver castrum.
Does it
That's
say
crazy.
beaver on the ingredients?
Don't say beaver. Just says castrum. They don't want to throw. it
Oh
off, I
dang!
guess, so.
Man, that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah. But like Matt said, a lot of perfumes, a lot of things. So it's
Yeah, you'd
you know
be-
multi-use critters. I mean,
Yeah.
So
and beaver meat is actually good to eat.
Yeah.
I can,
So I've been ramrodded with that for 3 or 4 years. Every guy at the, he's like, "You catch a lot of beavers?" I'm like, "Yeah, I guess so." I'm like, "I know some guys that catch a lot of beavers, but I'm in there." I'm like, "You ever eat one?"
I'm surprised you haven't.
Well, that's a loaded question. I'm like, "Yeah, 3 or 4 times a week." But like, what are you talking about? And no, they're talking about rolling them up in like a Dutch oven and just cooking them over fire. And it says amazing. It's like eating backstrap.
Really?
I take them.
I try it.
I've cut the back straps out of them. You know, they're about that big around or whatever. Cut them up into little medallions. And
I caught a deer one time, cut the back straps out and ate him. He didn't make it though. I was like, man, that'd be awesome if I could just tie him up and let him grow some more back straps.
you know, I can't remember. I think it was Hunt Chef or something was the show on TV, but a guy was like out to prove that any type of meat, if you cook it right, could taste right.
Yeah, I'm sure a chef can make it.
And I mean, like the dude caught a coyote and he cut the back strap up and he had it, you know, seasoned it up, cooked it, had it next to I can't remember what other kind of meat, but the guy that tasted it, and he's like, dude, he's like, that is good. And like he thought the coyote meat tasted better than whatever the normal meat that people eat is.
I've always heard that bobcat, and I've ate beaver.
Yeah,
We've smoked beaver, and I even got my local meat guy. I was like, hey, if I get enough pounds, will you make some summer sausage?
Oh, yeah.
He's like, for half of it, I will.
Yeah.
You know,
half of
yeah,
He likes it
yeah,
too?
Yeah,
Beaver
he wanted to try it.
Yeah.
he wanted to try it.
Why not?
So, but I've always heard bobcat backstrap was good. That's like a sweet taste. That's
Yeah.
what everybody. I never tried it.
Yeah.
but that's what I've
I've
always,
heard it's
always
good.
heard.
They say mountain
tastes like
lion out
rabbits.
west.
I think if you get your mind over the concept of whatever you're eating, probably anything is good. You know, I just got back from Texas and I shot a ram. Nobody really likes the ram. They grind it up.
Yeah.
I've been eating ram steak other than today. You know, for Sunday night we made some for Mikey and Haley. They loved it. We ate it. Had outer loin and some steaks out of the hams. Dude, they're good.
Dude, yeah.
I mean,
it's crazy how like you grow up thinking one way because that's all you've ever known, you
Yeah.
know. But like, yeah, think about mountain men when you were surviving, like you was gonna eat whatever you could get your hands on.
yeah. If you
And there's a lot of meat. I mean, you know, these critters. don't know that coyote would be my top pick.
Probably
You
not.
know, maybe
If
not
I was
even-
hungry,
if I was
Yeah, that's all.
hungry, maybe not even otter, but
This is going to sound a little sacrilegious, but I'm going to say this. My kids tell me that everything that I kill personally tastes better than everything we buy.
Yeah.
If they know for a fact that I killed it, they like it better than it was at
Yeah.
the store.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I seen a deal where an old man liked otter patties.
otter patty.
Yeah. He'd make otter patties and
Just grind it up, make patties out of it.
yeah.
I can't see why they eat
Kind of like a
fish.
salmon patty or something. Everything's mixed in it.
Yeah. I don't know. I know otters have a weird smell to them.
Pound for pound, one of the meanest animals I've
the
ever
planet.
trapped.
Yep.
Aren't they close to like a badger?
It's like a honey badger.
Well, they're like they're like a
And you know
weasel.
about honey batters.
Yeah, honey
They
badger
don't give a
shit.
shit.
Yeah, meaner than a honey badger.
I got a good story about that. So I just got into the MTA. I've been trapping some otters. I've been trapping some beavers. I was catching stuff, man. I'd already been getting my face kicked in for like 3 years. So by the time I joined the MTA, I was like, yeah, tell me something.
Yeah,
And old Butch was like, catching otters? I was like, yeah. Last week I had one. He hit that trap so fast it caught him by the back hips. It was 330 all the way to the back hips. I said he pulled my H stand, my 330. He went up on the bank and dug a hole, and he was trying to drag my H stand, which H stand is 4 foot long, man, like this wide. And he's got a 550 on his, or he's got a 330 on his back hips, and he's trying to dig a hole to go into it. So I walked up to him to kill him. He tried to fight me, and Butch looks at me and goes, "You're not anchoring down your H stands?" I was like, "Anchoring down an H stand is stuck in the mud for 2 foot. What's going to take it?" He goes, "Oh, bro, that's a little otter." He said, "You get a big one, bro. He's going to take that thing to the next county."
Yeah.
So I started anchoring down my H stands. I was like, I
that's
didn't even know you could.
get mauled by an otter.
I had a buddy of mine.
He'd had a
was-
real fight on his hands.
He was trapping some with me going into mornings, early morning checks, always with a headlamp, you know. Got an otter on a drowner set that didn't go down and drown.
Yeah.
So he's alive, well, in a foot trap,
Did-
sitting there waiting on us. Otter season's out, you know.
Yeah.
And so I did a live release. It's probably been, you know, maybe 15, 16 years ago. And I was like, what have I got in my arsenal of stuff to let this guy go? So I got the spade shovel out. I told my buddy, I was like, you hold him down, and I'm going to take that trap off his foot. I was like, don't let him bite me.
Sounds
You know?
simple, right?
Yeah, sounds simple. And then when all them teeth and them claws and everything grabbed that spade shovel, you know, it's quite the experience.
Yeah.
It's been one of them that have been great on film
Yeah.
of what not to do.
Do they,
So-
what do they like? They make a lot of mean noises, like
Oh, yeah,
growling.
growl.
Yeah.
I mean, bro.
Really.
I've had cats. I've had big cats. I've had 27-pound bobcats that you walk up on that don't act like they're going to fight you like an otter does.
No kidding.
They're not scary. Once they get over that 15-pound mark, they got no predators, bro.
Yeah.
They'll fight you.
I wouldn't want to tangle with them.
Nah.
I'm trying to get some new stools on order. Oh, you're good. 'Cause I thought your back was hurting. These things get uncomfortable, but I guess it doesn't let you fall asleep in these things. I tried to order some seats off of Temu this week, but then by the time I got to where I was trying to order it, I got fed up with dealing with all the ads and stuff popping up, so I didn't do it.
Timu.
Yeah. It popped up. He's got this good deal. Get them for free. Then order this. Get it for free. Then next thing I know, I don't know if I ordered anything.
You got 6 IO points. Or 5.
We have 6 right now. We'll have 7.
You have 6.
Yeah, we will have 7.
And you're putting in with Alton, who has 7.
So he's the same way with us. He will have 7 this year.
Yeah, that's
You
it.
guys are going to get drawn.
I
I think me and
hope
Scott,
so. I hope
me and
so.
Scott, or me and Lance, if we go together and just put in, I think that
And you might, like I say, last year the guys with 5 and 6, some of them got drawn. But I guess they do so many off points and so many off of like a lottery system, and people got drawn. You know, it's.
I will tell you this, guys. I've got some family that's got 640 acres in Kansas.
Really.
So I've been putting in. I'll put in for Kansas too. This will be my second year
Me
putting
too.
in, but I'm not going to go. So next year I have 3. I'm going to try to get to go.
I'm not going to go this year.
Yeah.
I'm either going to go to Iowa and go to Illinois.
Yeah,
Illinois was a cool place to hunt.
I'd like to try that.
Like I said, when you get that 140, 145 walking,
Yeah,
Illinois, man.
here's my tag.
yeah, I know. I'd be tickled.
The demographics of Illinois is like definitely different. Like you have a lot of people that are just like us, and then you have a lot of people that are the opposite. Like we were talking about, you know, they may not know but they think hunting is cruel.
Yeah, there's a lot of
anti-hunt.
liberal type stuff in Illinois, or Democratic type stuff. And guys that I listen to. Oh, you're good. Guys that I listen to, like Working Class Bow Hunter, they're in Illinois, and they have to deal with terrible regulations and just the people that they put up with. Yeah, no, I wouldn't be too awful picky. I know they can grow them big, but like something comes through that's decent.
Face about like that.
Yeah. Yeah, I do need to hunt Illinois. In a couple hours, you can build in Carbondale.
Yeah, it is
like the Shawnee National Forest.
definitely a cool place. Like I remember when we drove up there, just looking at the dirt. Everything was black. It looked like like dirt around here, like farm ground that they burn. But that was just normal dirt up there.
Really?
And then I remember riding around at night. Man, you just see some tanks running around out in them crop fields and stuff.
I mean, you don't see that around here very often. I mean, I'll go weeks or months without seeing a nice buck.
Yeah.
Driving or hunting or anything.
Yeah, it's cool. I remember we was putting in, getting at a boat ramp. We was getting ready to launch, go across the lake to hunt, and this lady was standing there, and she said something to me, and I couldn't remember what she said, but I thought she was just joking with me, and then she's like, "Don't shoot Bambi."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, I ain't gonna shoot Bambi." I said, "Yeah." She's like, "No, I'm serious. Like, don't shoot Bambi." I was like, "I'm not going to shoot Bambi.
I'm going to shoot his daddy.
I'm going to shoot his dad." And I was just joking, I think she was being serious.
She went and wrote you up.
I didn't mean any disrespect by it, but I thought, But come to find out, yeah, there's a lot of people that you'll run into over there that just are anti, and they want to say that they're right. And
yeah, I know. That's tough because how do we portray? You're not gonna persuade people.
No.
Unless you have a really big voice like Rogan or somebody, which I'm glad he does what he does. Kind of brings in a lot of people that maybe not should be hunting, but it's also bringing a lot of people that have a big say so. And if they're being lobbyists for what we believe in, then we need that because it's going to get harder and harder. I fear that within the next generation, it may be either too much of a rich man sport or just not here altogether. It's just getting stricter. And like once you take something away, you can't hardly get it back. And once you give something, you can't take it back. It's kind of there once it's put in paper.
Mm-hmm.
It's and I'm going to go back to this. Those organizations that you belong to, whether it be in the deer world or trapping world or wherever it be, we've got people lobbying for trapping.
Yeah.
We got people on the front lines. That's making sure that our rules and regulations apply to us, that where they're not set to get anybody in more trouble than what they would, I won't want to say normally be, but to keep them from breaking the law.
Yeah. Yep.
And there's always those select few that's going to. It's going to happen.
So once you get that idea in your head, I think I was probably in MTA for 2 years, and I just went out and bought my own liability. I'm like, MTA has got a set budget for liabilities they have to deal with for everybody in the state that's a member. Mm-hmm. So if something happens and it drags the MTA into it, they got a set amount of money where they can pay an attorney to come in and say, "Hey, this is not what happened."
Right.
I don't want the MTA to take care of me. I just go in and get my own.
Yeah.
I'm a contractor anyway, so I have my own liability insurance anyway. So I just had that added on. I was like, "Hey, man, something happens with me out here on the job for the MTA, we're just going to take care of it." And it's the same amount they got, so we're good to go. Good. I pay that every month, and I'm not going to let anybody get in trouble. But it's back to what I said. It's more important about knowing what not to do than it is what to do.
100%.
Because eventually, if you keep at it and you really want it, you're going to kill a deer. Mm-hmm. You're going to catch fish. You're going to catch a beaver. You can catch a coyote. You just got to take in the information and keep learning.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I remember, man, my journey into trapping, man, it was like I wanted to catch a coyote so bad. And I was like, it took me about probably 2 years to really get one because every time I'd go out there, I'd be all over them. I'd, set dirt hole sets,
game
this,
of
that,
inches.
and them suckers would dig my trap up, flip it, and I'd be like, "What in the world?" There'd be paw tracks all around my pan, but
or
it just did.
Or he takes a dump that far away from the
Exactly.
trap. That wasn't out of my turd pile.
I'll never forget the first time I ever
That
rolled
one's
up
too mushy.
and I seen the coyote, as Al says, flouncing in the trap.
Flouncing.
When I seen that sucker jumping up and down, dude, it was like shooting a big buck. I was like, "Ooh, there finally!" It was like because all that learning, watching YouTube videos on how to set these traps and, how to, take the grease off of them, dye them, get them all perfectly set in the ground. That all paid off when I seen that, and it was a very accomplishing feeling.
Yeah.
Trapping's just like everything else. To be good at it, you just got to do it.
Yeah.
The more hours you put in the deer stand, the more. Years ago we wasn't game cameras, but you game cameras now, and you pattern those deer, and you learn how they live and where they're living. And same thing with trapping. You learn where those cats are coming and going from. You learn where those beavers are at, and the nature of the beaver, what he's going to come to, what he's not going to come to.
Yeah.
When it's trial and error. There was a lot of years that I would catch. You have a dozen traps set, and I'd catch 2 or 3 beavers for the year. But as you learn, well, I done that on this one, it didn't work. Let's change that up. I'm going to do something different, and this works. And then you find a mentor, and I had a mentor that took me in and said, "Why are you doing that?" Like, well, I really didn't know.
I'm new. I don't know what to do.
Yeah. So,
and that's so important, not only in the outdoors thing, but in life. Having like we were talking about beforehand. Having good people that just, like when you're going astray or you're doing something, you're like, hey, man, what are you doing? Like, bring it back.
Keep you in
I had a real good friend to tell you what the best thing in life is, and then you go get it. And that's what you did. When you guys had that baby, man, when you guys had your little girl, I was so happy for your brother. I was like, man, now you really know.
That's kind of like what with Alton, too, them having so much issue. Like, I got to give him, I can't remember if it was a crib or something that he had gotten from me. I'm like, man, I'm so happy that you get to utilize this now. You guys have been trying. But that
is the best blessing God has ever given me.
So the first year that my cousin Tim from Texas came up and hunted with us at Deer Ridge, Alton and Jenny were trying to have that baby. And Tim and Karen were trying to, they'd just been through that for like 4 years and had their first baby. And every year, Tim calls me about the same time. He goes, how's the baby doing?
Really?
How's all these babies doing? Tell Alton I said hi, because
he
went through that all that time. Man, them babies are just...
Man, yeah. And people don't know it till you go through something like that.
You already had your babies for it.
Yeah. Mine came quick and easy. I was fortunate.
Yeah, fertility problems is definitely something that I give my heart out to anybody that has to go through it, because it seems like the people that want kids the most and
so hard
and deserve the kids the most are the ones that struggle the most.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
And it was a rough go, but we had a baby girl. She's more than healthy. I mean, she's just wild.
Driving fence posts the other day, or pulling fence posts.
Me and Alton, we went out and he pulled this deer stand out from the farm and he brought the baby with him, and I put my hands out. She came out of the baby crib and just grabbed me. That's just how babies are with me.
Oh yeah,
all babies are like that with me. I've never had a baby that didn't want me to hold.
The mental is about close to the same. I mean, really.
They were underneath close. Yeah, feed me, hold me.
Yeah. Sometimes they poop their pants.
I do that. But anyway, I held her and we walked over to Alton's killing tree, and he climbed up there and took his long wolf down, walked over and put it in the truck, and I picked her up and put her back in her seat, and she just smiling at me. He goes, she's not upset at all? And I said, nope, I think she's pretty happy going on.
That's the crazy thing about that situation. Like, every time I see that little baby, it's like a glow about her.
She's amazing.
Because that's what I told Alton. I said, you don't know how much prayer that I sent over
too.
that. You know what I'm saying?
Too.
Like I feel like that's
all
my baby
down,
almost.
All the way down to Texas, buddy. There's
Yeah.
people praying in Texas over that baby.
And then, you gather those people when it comes from something that we're passionate about.
Yeah.
It's talking about hunting, and like the people that you meet, it's priceless.
Yeah.
It really is.
Matt called me 3 weeks ago. So last Monday night, I'm grandpa now.
Oh, congrats.
First grandbaby.
Congrats.
Oakland Joseph. So that's been really special at home for us. And that's
awesome.
what hearing Matt tell that story, he called me 3 weeks ago and he's like, is that baby here? I'm ready to hold that baby.
Yeah.
But Pop's been getting a lot of that in.
Yeah. That's cool.
It's been good.
Yeah, that's scary because, and you said you're 42?
42.
I'm 32. Yeah. My girl's 7. So hopefully it's more than 10 years before she has a baby, but it won't be that much longer. And
I hope it is too, brother. But if it is, we'll still gonna hold that baby.
Oh yeah,
My girl's 17. For Dad, it's not ideal.
Right, but
it's
can't help.
It can't help it.
Oh, yeah.
I love them both.
Yeah.
Love them dearly.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I had to FaceTime on the way over here with him.
That's awesome.
Grandma had him. Here's
That's
my
awesome.
baby boy.
Well, that's
So-
cool though too. Like it is gonna be nice, kind of still yet being young, and you look like you're in good shape and active and stuff. So like you're gonna get to do things that some people aren't able to do. Some people have grandkids later on in life, or started out later in life, or just couldn't have them or whatever. Yeah. So to bring them up.
The youngest, he's already like, Dad, I need a car seat in my truck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need a car seat. I'm gonna take the baby. He was down on Amazon looking for little waiters.
Yeah.
And Michael Cowan, our
chaplain
is about to have a baby here.
Yep.
What next?
It's getting close. I knew he had told us right after Ronnie.
So the heat of summer last year got to a few folks. What you're saying?
Yeah, it does that.
The cold winter and the heat of summer and then baby booms.
I told my wife before the babies, I said, you got to miss the rut and spawn.
Yeah.
Crappie spawn. And she did both.
Archer's birthday is November 11th. Was not planned. It happened, So my ideal for him is like
birthday hunting.
Is birthday hunting,
Yeah.
Not quite in her.
I mean, I'm gonna be tagged out by November 11th.
I always try to. I try to be. Usually, I am. I'll knock on wood. Usually, this year it'll be like January 14th. But and he's ate up with the fact of wanting to go, and he's only 4 years old. But
I got less than 40 hours in the deer stand this year, boys.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you killed though? Didn't you?
I got 300-inch antler. Yeah.
Dang, man. Talk about picking and choosing the right times and place. Are you a big deer hunter too? Or?
I am. Yeah, I am. Don't get to bow hunt like I used to.
Yeah.
Avid bow hunter. Never.
Yeah.
I always rifle hunted as a kid.
Yeah.
And then when I finally picked up a bow and I killed my first deer,
it's over.
I was 14,
I don't rifle.
14. Tell you the funny story.
That's about whenever I shot my first deer.
Dad was proud. I drove up. I was 14, hunted our farm, drove north of the house up the gravel. Back in the day, you could do that at 14.
Oh yeah, I was driving as a kid, little bitty kid,
and got up there, hung me a stand. Got up and asked the neighbor if I could hunt on their edge too. He's like, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And a big group of does come out. I think I still got the PSC. I turned it in my bow fishing rig.
Oh yeah.
And big group of does come out. And I get the shakes, buddy.
Mm-hmm.
I pull back, and I aiming at one, and I hit the deer behind her. It was a good shot.
Did you kill it?
I killed it.
All right,
Before cell phones, so I got the truck, drove back. I was like, Dad, I killed a deer. I hit one. So I let it go for several years before I told Dad that that wasn't the deer I was shooting at, but there was so many of them that I killed that one. But from then I was hooked.
Yeah, I've missed so bad at a young age. If there was a group of them, no telling what I would have shot.
Yeah. I killed my first deer with a recurve bow. I just turned 13. I turned
with a recurve.
I turned that. I turned 3 years. It took me 3 years to kill that deer.
That's cool.
Killed him at 7 yards. I got the bow when I was 10. I killed the deer when I was 13. The township line and Oak Grove Road were both still gravel. I killed the deer over there in the corner. And that deer was so little. At 13, I put the deer over my shoulders and I carried it home.
Mine fit in the back of a golf cart.
And my grandfather
probably could have fit two of them in there.
My grandfather was the most excited I've ever seen him in his life over that little bitty yearling that I shot.
Suitcase deer.
17 yards. Yeah. I'll never forget it.
You can't take that away from you.
No.
And we talk about it all the time. Like you can't explain how you feel to somebody that hasn't done that.
That arrow cost $3 from Walmart. The bow cost $30 at auction.
Mm-hmm.
I think the string probably cost $10 to put a string on it.
Yeah.
And I had shot that arrow at deer for 3 years before I killed that deer.
Yeah.
It's one of those bringing your kids up into it.
Yeah.
That's huge. All my kids, even my girl, she hunted up through the years and never did get her one killed, so she kind of fell out. But my boys, the oldest one, he likes to rifle hunt.
Yeah.
Last year before last, my youngest killed his first one with a bow.
Good.
And so super pumped.
The
phone rings. Dad, I busted a doe. I was like, well, give me just a minute. I still got 30 minutes of daylight.
Was it the one you was aiming at?
Yeah. And then, then he texted me, and I was like, okay, he's pumped.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, this year I've had kind of a struggle because my daughter's been in traveling softball. She loves playing ball, and man, it's like every weekend something. Well, I got to looking at the thing. Well, we got a tournament in Farmington, opening day of youth season for turkey season. And I've been looking forward to taking her turkey hunting for the first time. I'm like, we ain't going to make it. And my wife's like, well, why don't you ask her that?
I just went through that, Dustin.
I was like, all right. I was like, Kaylee, I said, what do you want to do? You want to play softball this weekend or you want to turkey hunt, or on that weekend? She's like, well, are they going to have rings at this softball tournament? I was like, I don't know, but there's going to be turkeys out in the woods. And she's like, I don't know. I was like, well, it sounds like you want to play softball. She's like, yeah, I want to play softball. I was like, all right. I was like,
hey, Dad, you can take me.
I know, but everything
I am 12.
everything in me was like, I'll go then. I mean, and I'm the coach or one of the coaches.
So they show up. There's no coach there. What are you guys doing?
Caroline signed up for track. They have a track meet this Saturday and next Saturday. This Saturday is Peck Ranch. Next Saturday is Wapapello.
Oh, no kidding.
Garrett's like, okay, so I'm going to go race this Saturday. Next Saturday, I'm going to skip. I'm going to go to your fish fry. So,
Yeah.
I just let him pick.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't want to ever be that dad that forces anything on nobody. It all it comes natural. And I guarantee you I'll have many years with my daughter. That's all I want my daughter. I don't even care if she likes to hunt. I just want her to spend time with me.
Doing it. Grow up doing it.
Yeah.
There's one thing me and my father always got to share. He was always never as big a bow hunter, maybe till I got older and a little more into it. He had bow hunted some, but those memories.
Oh.
My grandpa was a hunter before I was born. He deer hunted, and some of the old photos I got, was old 30-30.
Yep.
And in the red flannel.
Oh yeah.
And, and
Well, Fred Bear style.
yeah, old Fred Bear style. Yeah. That's what it was. But fished with him through the years, and those memories that you build. I think about my oldest boy. He deer hunted the past 2 years, which kind of breaks Dad's heart, but it is what it is, right?
I think they go through spells like that. You listen to a lot of guys that just took time off, or they're chasing girls or sports or whatever.
Girls will ruin everything immediately.
Whenever I was in late high school and college, I would hunt some, but my mind wasn't always on deer. I was playing college ball and playing baseball. I had other things in my mind, but as soon as when I wasn't doing that, it's like back to deer hunting. That's when I really started getting serious into bow hunting. It was probably like late high school, early like college. And then when I went to Marine Corps, then I barely hunted. I always came home for alternative season. I missed rifle season every year. Yeah. And maybe one reason why I don't really rifle hunt now. I rifle hunted for like 1 or 2 years when I came home. I think when I came home 17. So I think I stopped rifle hunting in 2019. Well, that's when I killed him. I think it was the last buck I shot with a rifle.
Yeah, those are for people, bro.
Yeah, it just I like the discipline it takes and the process of shooting a bow.
There's nothing at 400 meters that mean you can't kill with a rifle every day.
Right, and if I can shoot long distance, that's cool. But most things around here, I'll kill a 30-30 with 100 yards in. A lot of times I had deer within 50 yards. I'm like, shoot, that's almost bow range, So if I go empty-handed, that's okay. I still kill a deer. I still get my freezer filled, and I've been fortunate to usually kill a good buck most years in the last several years. So I get mine, and I just soon see other people succeed, and I just cannot wait till my kids can go. My girl's old enough, but she just wasn't quite ready this year to shoot with some of her ratios.
I came out of the service realizing that the rifle was for killing when you had to, but the bow is for harvesting your deer, bro.
And I still bow hunted, and I killed a couple deer in South Carolina. They were about beagle size, but
three.
And I got a few other people into shooting bows too. And one of my best friends from the Marine Corps, he's still in. But after I started Rack Attack, he messaged me. He's like, "Hey man, that seems kind of interesting. I'm gonna pick up a bow." Well, he started shooting bow and shooting competition and got into it, and that meant the world to me because I'm just a little bitty guy. We have a few thousand followers on that, not many on the podcast yet, but it's just cool to see people that are paying attention and saying, "Hey, you're portraying what you like and what you love." Just keep doing it because it's meaning something to somebody, whether it's 3 people or 300 or 3,000, whatever. It fulfills me.
It always stars out at 3 and then goes to 300.
Yeah,
and then
yeah.
Goes to
I'm just trying to do a trickle effect.
And again, it's surrounding yourself with those like-minded people.
Absolutely.
My boy, he can shoot 35 pounds. I bought him
that's all he needs.
I bought him the Matthews that he can shoot from 27 up to 70, and it grows with him. Right?
Yeah,
it's a hammer or something like that. It's like
the Mission by Matthews.
Yes.
They have the craze and the hammer.
He's shooting 35 pounds.
A good intro.
The rest of this summer and fall until he can get to that 40. Now he's got a crossbow.
Yeah,
but he doesn't want to kill. He really wants to shoot it with his car.
I get that, but I also understand to get him out and to get the blood on their hand.
I seen him hunting with Dustin, and he passed up a bunch of deer.
Who was it?
Rut.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Could have shot a bunch of deer. Didn't shoot any of them.
Well,
That's
yeah,
tough. When I was a kid, I've emptied many rounds of my gun after probably shooting at the deer behind what I was actually shooting at.
Oh, Dustin asked him several
man.
times. Are you sure? He's like,
Well,
"No."
because
Yeah.
I had been having this buck come out every evening
Yeah.
in my field with these does. And so he come out, and all of a sudden, these does, here comes the group of does out. But the buck wasn't with them. And I was like, the buck has been coming out. But I said, it's not a guarantee that he is going to come out. So I said, do you want to shoot one of these does to make sure? No, I'm going to wait for the buck. I was like, all right, just understand that when you make this decision, that buck might not come up. You might leave empty-handed.
Yeah.
I said, as long as you're all right with that, I'm cool. He's like, yeah, I'm cool. I was like, all right. We sit there. Nothing else comes out. And he's like, man, I wish I'd have shot one of those. There's the first lesson. I mean, that's part of it.
My wife, she, all the time, I'm not shooting a little buck this year. I'm shooting a big one. The first thing she sees that's got a bone sticking out of its head, it's getting fired at. But that's I call it like the rite of passage. I don't think you should go out and kill your 150 your first deer or second deer, third, fifth deer. Like work your way up, shoot that spike,
Oh, yeah.
get used to having that adrenaline and how to either live with it or overcome it. Because dadgum, deer will fire you up, and especially when you get to a bow. If it's past that 15-yard mark, they're going to start ducking. And if you don't realize their posture, you don't realize that their head's down, they're ducking a foot. If their head's up, they're just going to tuck and roll. You don't
If
know
they're
that.
at 30 yards, they're going to take a step forward.
Yeah,
before
they're
as soon as
gonna-
you push that button, they're just taking a
Right.
step
That's why
forward.
I get sick and tired of people talking about like bad shots. Well, if you had to worry about shot placement, you would have killed that deer. Shot placement, whatever, man. You can drive tacks all day long if you are that kind of person. That deer is moving. You're shaking. Like enough of that.
It's not a
Shot
target.
placement stuff. Yeah, I agree.
No.
Try to aim at a spot that you know is lethal. I always I teach my daughter, and she's not hunted yet, but she knows. We'll watch a video, and I'll stop it on all kinds of angles. Like, where do you aim? I said, always aim for that opposite shoulder.
Yeah, they're
Always.
trying to break it.
Yeah, and if you aim for that, you're going to be okay. You're going to win. You're going to win. You're going to lose. But
Well,
Right.
just
But
like-
as you get older, you'll understand that angle more.
yep,
Like, if he's turning too far away, I'm going to shoot him in the second rib
yep.
and try to skip out in front of that front shoulder. If he's turning a little bit farther than that, I'm going to go in behind that,
Yeah.
But
I remember my first, I had a 3D season. I used to shoot 3D archery all the time. And I got pretty decent at it. And that year I was winning tournaments. I had a couple first place, couple third place trophies. So I come out of the season like, man, I'm going to smoke some deer this year. And I remember I was sitting there in the stand early season. Here comes a doe. And I'm trying to judge her like a 3D archery course. You know, like, I think that's like 23 and a quarter, so I dial my sight in, draw down, right over her back. I'm like, what in the world? She runs off. Here comes another deer. I mean, it was right behind her. I was like, okay, 24 and a quarter, right over her back. And I'm like, what in the world? Like, how is this even possible? And then, I met this one, I had his buddy I shot with, and he couldn't really hit the broadside of a 12 ring if you asked him to. He'd pull back and he'd hit all around it, but he'd always be in the kill zone, And he'd kill deer left and right. And I'm like, dude, there is something different between killing a deer and being able to shoot a bow really good. You have to put those two together. And I've learned, on both of those deer shots, I should have just put my 20-yard pin on them and
cut her loose.
cut her loose.
I always said the same thing, Dustin, and done the same thing, late 20s, early 30s, traveled the circuit, put some numbers on some boards around that I was in the top shooters, but meat hunting, completely different story.
That'll humble you.
I don't care if I'm shooting a doe, I still get the shakes.
Absolutely.
And the day you lose that, you need to hang it up.
Yep.
Because
But I don't see myself ever
No.
getting.
This is how this works. My bow is hanging. It's hanging right here. I stand on my tippy toes and I screw my bow anchor in. It's a 36 incher, so I can swing her out here. Here's my bow right here. There could be 100 deer right here underneath me, and I will sit here and smoke a cigarette. When I put that bow in my hand, it's on, son. I don't care if it's a doe this tall.
Like once you
or it's a
commit, you
buck
get
or
the
100.
shaking.
Yeah.
One side is side, then I'm gonna kill that deer.
Yep.
I'm on,
Yeah.
bro.
Do you
And I'm
ever-
just-
Do you ever have it dump after the shot?
Oh,
Oh,
dude,
yeah.
way worse.
And it is because you're sitting there, you're trying to shake, and you're trying to call somebody, and I'm hitting emergency call on my phone, sending SOS signals.
I can tell you what But my exact text was right after I shot my buck this year. I text my wife and I said, I just got shot, the biggest deer of my life. And she was like, awesome, baby, thanks. And I was like, I think you might want to read that again. But it was 38 yards. It was 41. I held my rangefinder said the whole 38. And then when I cut loose, he turned a little bit like this and I didn't see it.
Yeah.
So my shot was excellent.
Yeah.
It just looked like it was really bad from where I was sitting.
That's how mine was
like,
too.
40 yards, man, is a long way for an arrow.
Yeah.
So it was raining, and I was like, man, I got to go down and follow this deer. So that's the first deer I've ever followed up and put another one in. But after
He was hurting then if he got to do that.
he wasn't going to make it.
Yeah.
He had made it to the edge of his CRP field about 50 yards, and he was already laying down. And when he saw me, he was trying to get up.
Yeah.
So I had double lung. I had got the back of this one and the front of this one, and I just torched him. He, that mega meat, that big, it just torched him. I didn't have to shoot him again, but with the rain and the CRP, I thought I was going to lose him.
If they're still kicking, you owe it to send another one.
But
Texas
then I
heart
sat
shot
there
or
and I
not.
went through it like several times, and I was like, I should have known that deer was not going to make it, But it doesn't take that much at 40 yards, that one little foot to the right.
Yeah.
Turn him
And that's a long way to see. You can't tell, and I don't know if you use lighted Oxnard. Even like me with filming, sometimes with filming, when I shot my buck this year, I stopped it, and it was in frame, then it stepped out of frame. And I'm like, well, I'm going to lead. It's like took like 2 steps, and I tried to lead shoot. Well, when I shot, he took a lunge and rolled and ended up hitting him back. And luckily, I had my Tacticam footage, and I was able to slow it down and put it on a morph mode on the edit to where I hit him like, man, I think that's either back the lung or liver. And I waited a while, and I went to go check blood. I'm like, it's bleeding good. So I tracked for a little bit and realized he's not dead yet. I'm going to have to wait till the next morning. And it wasn't very cold out, so I was worried. I ended up finding the next day. He went 650 yards. But where he was bedding at is where he went. It's a long way because he was coming and going, catching 2 different food plots, but it's an easy travel route. There was a big oak thicket, and he was bedded in there, and that's where he died. And I ended up hitting like 1 lung and liver, and he had died probably within 6 hours of when I shot him. I hated that it didn't work out like I would have. If the arrow would have went where he hasn't moved, it would have been a double long game over.
There's a lot of difference between like a deer when his arms like this.
Oh,
and
big
putting
time.
Right behind that shoulder to this.
Yep.
And then it's back here in his guts.
I pulled guts out of where it looks like it's 3 inches behind the shoulder, and it's because that opposite shoulder was forward, or they were leaned over feeding or whatever. It's just like we talked about earlier. It's a learning experience whether you're trapping, you're fishing, you're chasing girls, you're trying to kill deer, whatever it is.
Most humane,
Most
humane
you gotta
can
do it.
possibly be. Period. Like I'd make a bad shot on that deer in the rain. I put all this money and all this time and all this effort and all this heartache into it.
Yeah.
And then make a bad shot on that deer in the rain. You think I'm gonna do that on purpose?
Yeah, no kidding.
No, sir.
Yeah, but at least you're man enough to admit it, not be like, "Oh, shot placement's everything." Like, I meant to. I tried.
Yeah. When
Right.
I'll be the first to admit.
I shot deer in the back hip and killed him there and go 30 yards.
I shot him in there, hit that femoral artery, and like, oh man! The next thing you know, they're piled up. I'm like, whew, got lucky there.
I turned around like this.
Sometimes when that
Shot a
150
limb,
inch comes
Shot a limb, hit
charging
that
in.
butt,
Yeah.
killed that deer in 30 yards. Then it may look like a horror movie.
Sometimes that 150 inch will take that shot placement right out the window because you're
You can't.
Yeah, bro, when you shoot him through the back straps on day 1, bud, and then you want me to go look for a deer, I'm like, I ain't looking for that deer. That deer's fine.
Yeah.
Shot placement. You put it in the trapping world. It's a game of inches.
Yeah.
You're trying to
you're getting that critter to put his foot on a spot that big.
Yeah.
So you have guys tell you, well, I do this. Matt does this. Brad does this. What works?
Yeah.
The time you've put into it, what you've realized, what you've understood. So even for somebody, and I'm not a professional trapper. I didn't.
Matt says otherwise.
I didn't set a trap at all this year. I went down to my back in October.
Yeah.
And didn't have time. Got a building project going on. Wife and I was busy. Kids, it's like everybody else's life. And I just opted to not lug beavers this year and let my back heal up.
Smart.
And, but It's just the time. It's just the experience. And nobody can ever take that away from you. Whether you're deer hunting, whether you're trapping, whether you're turkey hunting, it's all a learning game.
Yep.
And for somebody to tell me, well, you're doing it wrong. Well, it works for me. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's like this though, man. We can't all get too tired because if we do, then it'll just be gone.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
Like,
we
if
had
he
to-
doesn't, I mean, he didn't get to trap much this year, but he's got to represent us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or he's got to get somebody else to do it because if we don't, then it's just going to be over.
Yeah. And thanks for not stepping down. You know, when
Yeah.
you're down your back. You know, you could have laid low and maybe lost some guys, or didn't pass on information, but you stuck to it and still done diligence to your guys.
10 hours in the truck Saturday with my back the way it is.
I refuse to go.
It's not good.
Yeah.
You know, I was pretty stoved up. I was at my chiropractor.
Yeah, sorry for these
Monday.
terrible chairs.
Oh, no. I'm good.
Okay.
If you- I'm not on anything. I gotta keep moving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He called me Friday, and he said, we're going to meet at 4:30 at so-and-so. And I was like, well, my wife said I got to be back by 6. And he goes, yeah, you're probably not going to be
No,
back by 6.
we left at 4 and got back at 11.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I missed the 67 turnoff coming home, so we cut through St. Jen. Put an
Spencer
extra 30
called me.
minutes.
Where'd you drop Spencer off at Festus?
Festus.
He called
Yeah.
me. So, I just got to my truck.
Yeah.
I was like, bro, my wife would have killed me.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah.
He was tired.
That's
He
funny.
was tired. He was asleep in the back of the truck. Al wouldn't
Yeah.
let me go to sleep.
Yeah.
Al kept me awake.
He's
Yeah.
a politician, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Both of you guys are politicians.
Heck yeah.
Well, guys, it's been fun. We kind of had a lot of BS session, but honestly, I loved it.
Yeah.
It was good.
So, is this okay for me to?
Yeah.
Yeah, how's Caleb? Did Caleb go? I know Caleb's down in Mexico working on that.
You know-
I think he's good. I was talking to Hannah the other day at the gym, and she hadn't really heard from him, but what he's been posting seems to be positive. I hadn't seen him at the
Well,
gym for a
imagine
while.
that.
Yeah, and that's
Caleb
Caleb
posting
Watson. That he was on a podcast pretty early. He's a big influencer on the fitness world, medical
He's just
world, just
amazing
all
guy.
around, just like
Yeah,
a man of man. Like
Man, Caleb's awesome.
he was going through a third round of cancer and kind of took his own route instead of listening to the main media and doctors because honestly it's just an agenda to get money for the most part of it. And he went to Mexico and had some special treatment done, and I think it's working. What he's been posting, it seems like he's kicking it.
We need guys
Regardless,
like
he's
that.
still stepping forward and making strides.
Yeah, we need guys.
So
See,
yeah,
last I heard, I texted him, but he never got back with me. But last I seen, he posted on Facebook is he's taking up fighting now.
yeah.
Oh gosh.
He's gonna go like MMA, and he tore his bicep. It looked like on one of the last videos I seen. But that sucker, man, he's
Caleb's awesome,
definitely a talented individual.
Yeah.
And whatever he competes at, he will win
He's gonna be
because
good
he
at
has
it,
that mindset. He's just a dog,
Yeah.
like
Right.
Yeah, so Kayla, if you do watch this or whatever, I appreciate you doing what you're doing and praying for you.
Yeah.
Make
Keep
a
your head
healthy
up, homie.
recovery, and
Yeah.
thanks for being a positive influence. I had a lot of people message me after that.
Caleb's
say, hey, that
awesome,
was-
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've only met him a couple times. I met him one day at the gym right before the podcast. I'm like, hey, I'm Scott. You're coming over to the house the other day, and we'll talk. And he
Speaking
came
of
up
guys
here.
we know, I seen Tony. I
Tony-
seen Tony.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
Menards
Tony
the
D?
other day. Yeah, we saw
Oh, Tony,
Yeah, he messed me early. He's horseback riding.
Yeah, I know. Look
Yeah,
at your
he's
shades,
cowboy
little
now.
cheater.
he found
Yeah.
some good ones. I saw.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
he found a doozy. He found a
I saw
mega
it.
doozy.
I saw it.
Yeah, so I know where he's going to be trying to hunt this year. Well, I don't know where it is, but I know where he's going to be trying.
Put a
after it.
tracker on his phone. We'd kill those deer.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, give me 365 on you.
No, I want to say something too. Is I really believe prayer is a thing. So everybody that's listening, Matt over here is going to try to quit smoking, and I know that's a big thing.
29 years.
Yeah,
Wow.
and that was one of the hardest things I ever had to quit was because I chewed and I smoked ever since I was probably 18.
I've been doing it since a year and a half before I joined the Army.
It's you'll never not struggle with it. I'll tell you that. Even if you quit it, like the other day, I broke down, smoked a cigar. You
I
always
like a cigar every once in a while,
you
but
always
I don't
have
do
that-
it very often.
always have that temptation. Once it's in your blood, but it's something that you can do.
I'm
And
on these pouches now. But
anybody out
glad I
there,
never was a smoker.
send up some prayers. And get
Dustin said, if you see me out in public, just walk up and slap the cigarette out of my mouth. See what happens.
No, give me one of them cigarettes.
If he offers a lighter, don't know if I give him a lighter.
I'll throw this one last thing out, guys, and kind of for the podcast. If you got an interest in trapping, reach out. Missouri Trappers just updated their website. My number's listed on there. Each district, you can look at each district, see if you're in that district, where you're at. Reach out to those guys.
Yeah.
There's
for
mentors out there.
Yeah.
There's people that will take you trapping. And, if you think you got an interest, join MTA, get the newsletters, read,
I'll give you some traps. Come do it.
Heck
We,
yeah.
each year, it's kind of ebb and flow. We got traps donated to us each year for our District 4 meetings.
Yeah, he mentioned that.
Kids show up, we give them traps.
Yeah.
I got a box of lure at the house that had come from our fall rendezvous that was donated. Cleet Richards, Apple Creek, gave us a bunch of lures for kids.
Cool.
So this trapping industry, these guys know. Matt and I are on the younger end of it. There's a lot of these guys, a plethora of knowledge. Al Spencer that you had in.
Oh, man, he's awesome.
Just a plethora of knowledge that's going to one of these days inevitably die with these guys.
Yeah.
That if it's not taught or passed on somewhere.
Yeah.
Of course, people like Matt and I can teach what we've learned, but the stuff they've got 30 years on us, 40 years on us. Galen Martin, my mentor, is 83 years old. The guy still goes and beaver traps. Vietnam vet. He still grinds. He's slowing down, but he still grinds every day.
That's awesome.
We got Galen. We got Ron Thornburg.
And
then we lost Elvis.
Elvin Thompson.
Yeah.
Passed away 2 years ago. MTA just rerouted their scholarship that they give. It's the Elvin Thompson Memorial Scholarship.
Cool.
So MTA's involved even in the communities.
Yeah, that's good. That's good to know. It really is.
And I might sound like I'm really pushing MTA, but I am.
No, you
We're
need
hanging
to.
on by
You
a
need to
thread,
because,
bro.
like I said, if this was me just going in, I'm gonna start trapping tomorrow. If I didn't have this information, I might would give up, may screw some things up, may do some things illegal. I probably would because I wouldn't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't know.
I wouldn't know.
So many
MTA's
laws, bro.
moving. A lot of guys are live streaming their catches, setting stuff. MTA is trying to get it put together on our end. We're these veterans of the trapping industry within Missouri that we're getting videos out. That they're videoing their stuff and how they're doing things. Informational stuff. That's out there. That's where we're at. It's this media world. And
it's not guys out trying to get views. It's guys actually truly passing on the knowledge that,
absolutely,
like you said, if they're gone and they haven't passed it along, man, you're losing out on a plethora of knowledge.
Exactly.
Lots.
Yeah, so that's very important. Like I said, I'm probably gonna try to sign up just because whether I do it or don't, it's going towards something good. And if I do decide to, or somebody else has questions about it, I may have a few answers, at least some guidance. Say, here, I may not have the answers, but these guys do.
Here's what works for me.
Yeah.
That's all
sure.
I can tell you.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how Matt traps, but here's what works for me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
But.
And Spencer won't tell you how he traps, and Butch won't tell you how he traps, and Brad won't tell you how he traps.
Hey, if everybody done the same, it'd get boring.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's right. But no, like I said, reach out.
Yeah.
Reach out. They've just, like I said, just updated. I checked it out because I didn't know it had been updated.
Yeah.
Till this past Saturday when we was at our spring meeting, and it looks good. Trevor Sousley, he's in charge of all that for us within the
Trevor, you had that
Trevor,
one you got?
yeah. And he's done a great job with it. Put it all together, and like I said, my number's listed on there. Email Beaver Bandit. So
And right before we end, I'm going to say this again. If you're a member of the MTA, you're paying that $30 a year membership. Your vote is just as important as his vote and my vote and anybody else's vote.
Yep.
Just come. And if you have an opinion, then vote, man. That way
if you don't voice it won't be
the only way to
heard.
change things and make them the way you want. You know?
Yeah.
So, and you may have some science and some biology and some background and some stuff that we don't know about
Yeah,
that
exactly.
you can bring to the
Always be up to learn.
Yeah.
Right, because I can only tell you from my experience. I can read some stuff and tell you that that's what they think, but I can really only tell you from my experience. And then if you have some other experience, but come in and vote on that, you can talk to me about it. It might change my vote.
Yeah.
You know, honestly.
yeah.
No, voice your opinion for
The
sure.
only thing I'm firm set on is staying outside.
Yeah,
and hunting
You're
and
definitely an
fishing.
outdoors man. I respect the hell out of that. Everything I see is outdoors, and
Yes, sir.
yeah, I appreciate it.
Raising his kids up outdoors.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. No, I mean, like you said, all your pictures are usually your kids outside doing something.
Right,
know.
I told you, I don't have to kill the big deer. I just want to hunt them.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's
and
all.
that there is worth a lot because
Yeah.
if you just want to go after the kill, it's going to get
I get
just
my
going to get
face
down in the
kicked in
dumps.
way more than I do what
Yeah.
I want.
Yeah. And I get that way sometimes, but
Yeah.
then I just, like he says, just appreciate being able to go out there because some people can't.
If my plan works out 1 out of 10 times,
It's not a bad average.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
that's
pretty
all
good
there
one.
is to it.
Yeah. Well, guys, I appreciate it. Big
Yep.
time appreciate
Yeah,
it. Brad,
I do.
it's nice to meet
Yeah,
you, man.
absolutely.
I hope
Thank
you had a
guys,
good time.
Thank you guys for having me. I
Absolutely.
really enjoyed
Anytime.
it.
You're welcome to come back on.
Well,
I'd
and
say-
hopefully it's not been too monotonous, and we've got
I had a good time.
helped you get something out in the trapping
Yeah.
realm. That
And-
it's not just all trapping. That there's a lot more involved.
Yeah.
To it there. Yeah, there's politics, and I play the politic end of it.
We
Yes,
need
I
somebody
need
to
him.
do that.
I need him
Yeah.
to do that.
And we
'cause
covered
I-
some things that we didn't cover in the
Exactly.
last podcast, too. So, I mean, it's
Yeah, you seem like a very smart man that
Yeah.
has a lot,
I need
you know,
him on that end of it.
Yeah.
And then he can tell me what I need to do. to
Involved in, but like I said, Matt, Spencer, Matt's family, Shay and the girls, and Garrett, such an instrumental part of what we done last year.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, Brad, you done it? Yes, I done a lot of legwork, but without you
Yeah.
guys, it wouldn't have come to fruition. It
Yeah.
just wouldn't happen.
you need your community.
So our district is really close knit right now. Spencer
awesome,
got
too.
us started. District 4 has been back on the map in the Missouri Trappers Association in the past 4 years now.
Good.
We've got representation at the state level with Spencer and myself. Just stepped up and took another position within the state level this past Saturday.
Awesome.
It's a small step, but getting there.
That's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah. You guys are doing good.
Yeah, man.
Now, give me all your secret mushroom spots.
If I had any, I'd let you go with me. But hey, man, appreciate you guys again. Thank you. I always have to end with this. If you guys are looking into getting in, it's food plot season coming up for deer. We've got Whitetail Greens out of Greenville. Hit up me or the Whitetail Greens. They've got anything you need. Good people, good price, good folks. If you're looking to get some camouflage on your back, Vika Camouflage. They're out of Arkansas. Seem to be pretty good people. I like their stuff. If you can substitute your food and mineral, look at Antler Edge out of Lehigh, Oklahoma. They've got anything you need for your pigs, your deer, whatever. If you're allowed to bait or add supplement, they've got it covered. You can hit us up or hit them up. And we just came back from South Texas Bucks and Bows. If you guys want to look at a good exotic hunt for fair price, it's a good time down there. So
Might go with you.
hey, it's a good time. It's a good time. So we appreciate you guys for listening, watching, and
Yes.
if you want to like it, subscribe, we'd sure as hell appreciate it. But for now, go fling some arrows.
And stay wild.
See you guys.
All right, I'm going to holler at you guys.